Welcome everyone. It is time for that is not how I start streams. Wow, good start me. What I wanted to say is hello everyone, and this is ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher, and what a time to be alive. That is the proper intro. Save that for later or something. Anyway, yes, it is time to stream again, and I am gonna have, let's see here, I would like this thing. I have forgotten to turn on my things. Let's turn on the thing. There's a thing. Select the thing, click the thing. There we go. Lovely. Oh, bloody hell, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You know what, if I do that ought to be good. See, these are the sort of things that I should prepare before I start streaming, isn't it? But it's fine. Anyway, we're back with Citizensleeper. And, right, this is the third stream playing this game. I can see that I'm a little bit alone here, but that's fine. I'm still getting into live streaming, and you know what? I'm okay with it being a bit slow in the beginning, because I'm getting the hang of things, and I want to just touch on the last stream a little bit, because, well, I thought I did the correct thing when I streamed last time, which is that I started to stream about, like, 5 minutes to 7 p.m., which is when I start. That's can tell now, and I sort of just started the stream. I had it on private, so it didn't actually show up on my YouTube page, and I did a whole lot of like coughing and clearing my throat and stuff like that. And when the time was 7 p.m., I turned it to public and thought, you know, this is all fine. Turns out those 5 minutes were in the actual stream. And I thought to myself, okay, fine, there is a functionality in YouTube Studio where you can trim the video or the live stream in the after you've done the streaming. And well, when I did that, the live chat replay, the live chat replay went away, which I don't want. So that was you know, a thing. And I think actually that the first stream also has exactly the same issue. I haven't fixed that one though, and I'm not gonna that can stay the way it is, because that had other issues instead. So you know what, I'm okay with just trying this out, getting to learn all the moves, so to speak, before I hopefully pick up with slightly more viewers, basically. So yes, that's basically where we are. So yeah, I'm gonna be playing here for almost 3 hours about. We'll see exactly how far we get. In the last episode, I did a whole bunch of stuff over here in, there we go, over here in Greenway. We are expanding this thing. I've gotten access to a place to sleep in this part of the ring as well. And we did some some stuff with Ankita, did her thing. And, well, yes, the most important thing, if we go back to the hub, is that, well, yes, you saw the thing, the cycle that's counting up. I think, if I counted it correctly, I have 13 more cycles until this bloody thing fills up. And what happens when that happens? Well, Maywick comes. Who the hell is Maywick? I don't even know if I know that. But Maywick is basically the replacement for Ethan. He's gonna come and do something bad with me. Now I can avoid that if I either get off the station, which could be made possible, getting a place on the side reel. I'm not even sure if that is something that can happen. I know that I have done this and I did not get a place that time. I can also get Feng to remove my tracker, and that is, I think, my best bet. The other thing is I could go to, not there, to do Compressor Club, and I can work for Ethan to pay off his debt. Not sure why I need to pay off his debt when he's already working there, but that is the thing that we can do. So we have a few options. I think I want to focus on Feng though, and for that we need to work the Ming Ni, is it? Wait, what's that? Yeah, Ming Ji Express. So make and deliveries basically of lovely food. Oh, it's lovely, but it's food. And Right, I have some okay dice. This is engage +1. It is risky, but with even a 4, well, with a 4, it's 25% negative, and I've been a bit unlucky on my negatives, sadly. It is what it is. So, you know what? Why don't we start off by hopefully not getting a negative result here? Would be nice, right? I got a neutral, and that's fine. So that gives us +1. Now, if I have a guaranteed 1%, what do I get? +2, which is what I was sort of hoping for, which means that this one should be, what was this? 50-50, right? Yes. Do I? Nah, I don't think I do. Let's leave that be. It's still okay. Now, where was the hunter? Ooh, okay, maybe don't provoke the hunter right now. I'm thinking about the 1. Do I do anything? The 1. I also have a bunch of money, by the way. I did get money from the deliveries, so that's fine. We have... No, there's nothing interesting here, really. I can get scraps if I pay for it, but I don't care about that. Or empty, no. Could try to get some energy back. You know what? Do I just want to eat some at Mr. Emphasis stall? By the way, the old fabricator. Hold on, I need to... Right, we need the parts. Swear we can do something with scrap components, but I'm not sure. I believe we ought to be able to produce shipmine fragments with scrap. I have that as a memory, but I don't know if that is actually the case. You know what? Memphis, have some money. We can also indeed get his or the Matsutake mushrooms, which we are working on that, but we still have some way to go. So get me some food. The 1 I am gonna forfeit, I think, because again, even if I have a +1, it's still potentially bad. On the other hand, hold on. I think what this is saying is that even if I have a negative outcome, I get energy? I don't need energy. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, even if I do negative, I actually get +1 energy. Okay, that's good to know. We shall end the cycle here. And we are definitely going to focus on getting the Ming-G, not Min-G thing. We're down to 3 dice. I have a stabilizer. I have plenty of money to buy another one, so that's a good thing. Do we have anything that's going on? You have left. Oh, I don't think we have anything that's going on. So, in G, let's do some more stuff. We have a 50-50, so we're gonna get her. I don't remember if I've done this, like how far I've come with the thing. Further than what I have gotten so far here, but I don't know exactly how far total. Sleeper! You see Fang coming up with the corridor. As you step out of Mean G, is the kelp noodle smell still clinging to your clothes. Kelp noodles. He comes up fast and stops close, looking around suspiciously. I don't have long. Take these. Okay, sized drives. Ripper worms, okay. MacLeod has been buzzing like crazy. It seems your delivery shifts have turned up our 2 targets. Okay, and you can do it. Now we nail those snakes. Alright, so what do we do? Exactly the same as before. Artist boys are all connected by some kind of closed network. You break the access protocols of both of them, you should be able to gain the location of the nearest network ports. Slaughter the worms in those ports, one-ish, and they'll feed me anything and everything stored in Hardest Shadow Network. Can't wait to see what juicy plans they have in there. And there's a scuff of boots coming. A group comes up the corridor, likely on the way to place an order. Sure. When I look back, Fang is already gone, basically. Run your fingers over the tiny ripper worm drives in your pocket and smile to yourself as you wonder how mad Jenna will be at Fang for his little excursion. Probably a bit mad, yes. Time to slot some worms. Okay, so, good thing that I start with the hunter being very, very active. Alright then, so what am I, okay, we're looking at a hardened agent here. 4 and 6, I can do that. That's an easy one. So I have that I can get something else. the thingamajig. So that's been unlocked. Let's get the extraction going. Hardened agent port unlocked. So that is here. We slot a worm in. Bam. Good. That's one done. Okay. Now, where do we have? Oh. Okay, the hunter is chill again. I'm not 100% sure how this works. It's sort of very often just cancels out. I'm not sure how that works. 3 and 5, can't do that. That's a bit of a shame. Let's get the hell out of here and let's go to sleep again. I'm 5 for money, so we're not in a rush there. We're a little bit in a rush on this one, but still 12 or, well, I suppose 11 cycles. Let's see if I can get a good result. No, but still +1. We're gonna wait with the stabilizer until we are a little bit further down, so that we may be as effective as possible. Bloody hell, those are good results. But oh no, it is good, right? It's a 3. Hold on, wasn't it 3? Where is the hard? Yes, 3. Perfect. There we go. Bypass and extract. Go. We have unlocked the thing. Get the red worm inside. There. Go. What do we do with that information? Ooh, yeah, Fang, he's over here now. As you walk into the tambour, you quickly spot Fang, argue with Jenna, obviously. I shall approach, because yes, that is how my character moves. Come up on Fang and he turns around and notices you. Jenna stops. You again. You heard to vouch for this layout? I am indeed. Well, what are you two up to? Well, none of your business, Jenna. It's like I told you, Jenna. I'm helping them out and getting them settled, sorting their life out. They are a sleeper. You know what that means. Of course I know. She stops to think. Look, Fang, I get it. You're trying to help. But if you want to keep this job, you know what you need to be a bit more reliable. Yes, Fang, probably would like it. For money, if nothing else. Won't happen again, Jenna, I promise. It definitely is gonna happen again. Look suspiciously between the two of you. Okay then, look, I didn't mean to. Just be cool, alright. Okay, well, we shall be cool. Well, didn't know you stand up for me, sleeper. Well, of course I am. You're gonna help me out. You are gonna help me out, aren't you? Hopefully. Now let's take a look at what you're really here for. So the slate is a worrying mess of code streams coming direct from the Ripple worms as they dig through the agent's data and spit it into threads for the slate to pick up. Okay, got anything? I have no idea, apparently. Things goes to display with a finger, a lot of junk, a lot of dull as hell message threads, a lot of tedious data caches, but there's some good stuff. So check this out. Okay, bone cover logo, not Solheim's, and a word below. Conway. He's working with Conway Extractions, I apparently know. Yes, he's been speaking with them personally, got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. Damn it, this is useful, but we can't make with it. Okay, so what do we do now? I knew we were gonna be, I knew that we were going to have to do a whole lot more, but like, how much more? You promised to remove my tracker quite a long time ago, Fang. Wait, what's this? A wasteland reclamation facility, right? Aye, what's the best, what is the bet this place is tucked into? The wastes, okay. So, alright, but we know what the wastes is, don't ask about it. Conway, huh? Guessing is there and got themselves set up in the wastes. Back before the collapse, people would have gotten there by going down the connected spoke from the hub, but that spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way around the rim, past the greenway. I know, I'm there already, don't worry. We have been making moves on the system since the collapse. I heard it took over one of Solheim's old belt colonies a while ago, and moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. The belt. I love the belt. Right, so what's up with Harden and they're working together? Access old connections, not sure, but if Harden is involved in it, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. Okay, so what do we do now? We have to go to that facility, and the answer to whatever Harden has been prepping, been planning, has to be there. We're going to catch him in the act, but making a lot of assumptions, Fang. Not sure. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles. I love it. And then I'll see you on the Greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks on the outer shell up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Thanks, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about the tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back on my bay to pull a solution together. I'm working on fixing my brakes. Well, that's good at least. Now I'm going to ask for some time off from Jenna. Wish me luck. And there we go. He's very exhausted. So, good upgrade point. I'm up to 2, which is where we want to be. Now, I can take... What have I been talking about? Double data rewards could be nice. Keep dice, that's fine. I do have the reroll. I need to remember that. I definitely forgot about the fact that I had taken that. So, for anyone who haven't checked my previous streams, I kind of wanted to go for, like, engage endure interface, which is not really what I've been doing previously playing this game. Turns out I've gone into it anyway. And actually no engineer, which I'm okay with. I don't think I'm super excited by any of these, which means that I could see myself holding off into 4 into it and engage +2. However, it is nice. It is nice to have the traits, or whatever you want to call them. That is nice. I don't care so much about that one necessarily. I'm gonna hold off. Not sure exactly for what, but I'm gonna hold off. Now we have 6. I think I wanna be able to help Emphis with its mushrooms, which means we go to the aviary and we jam these bad boys in. That means that I can deal with this one right here, right now, because that is 2 guaranteed positives. So get that out, and now, what do we have here now? So now we can Germany, right. Okay. Right. Also, what's going on over here? That's waiting for things. So 6 bloody... It's gonna be tight with... God damn it. Oh well, we're gonna end the cycle. And hopefully, okay dice, not the best, but oh, I'm also starving. That's fine. That is an easy thing. But we need to go here. We need to get groove spores. Hopefully get 2 if we can get a bit lucky. We did get a bit lucky. Play. Go in here, jam the spores in, start that, and right. Not sure I remember exactly how this works. I think right, we need to fill it up to get something. Okay, so we're gonna try one more then. Hopefully not getting... Oh, can I get even negative energy? Oh. Haha, okay. Right, should have done that. That's okay. We can just go here. We can not... No. Well, yes. Okay, I can just try this one, I suppose. I mean, is it... Well, actually... I just realized that I do have the ability to get energy myself. Well, we're gonna get the destabilizer because now I lost a bit of my stability, if you would. So we're gonna get that going, so we can have 5 dice again. We're gonna have the cycle. And I'm gonna get some spores. I do need to remember that I have the... I said I had a reroll, and I completely forgot about the reroll again. Bloody hell. Yeah, so on this occasion, we're definitely going to use a reroll. I'm going to use this one to get a good chance of a positive result. Cute. So, how is this working? I do not remember. We jam the 3rd in. That gives us fungal bed. We wait. So now we wait. Is that 4 cycle? Bloody hell, things are taking too long. So 4 there, gotcha. We don't have to do anything else with that. This was just for working in energy and what have you, and food, etc., which is fine. Do I need your roll caps right now? I don't think I do. So, don't need to do that. I'm thinking... I'm gonna reroll. Forget to reroll. But we have made our way over to the hub thingamabob here. There are things that we can do here too. I have not done anything. I'm not sure exactly what we can get out of this, but it's not a very difficult one. So let's re-roll. Let's see, a whole lot better. Doesn't seem to be anything. Hold on. Interface. I can get bonus stuff from interface, can't I? Yes, cryo. So we should do the interface one. Because that is potentially free cryo. Not on that occasion. Back to 6 and 2. Nothing again. Can I get lucky and get a positive here? Only one. That's a bit of a shame. The one is... Oh, no. Oh, hold on. Wait. Damn it. What I wanted. Why have I unlocked things? Why are things unlocked here? Wait, what? I'm not... Well, that's interesting. Cool. So, there's basically a bar by a spacer wheel. You know what? While I'm in the neighborhood, I suppose. I also had a 20% discount, which is very nice. So that is fine, if not spectacular. So that is just for food. And then we have Bliss, a space mechanic, or space mechanic, ship mechanic. I have met with this one before. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to the shithills and sold you them. You're always coming out from the bay as you pass, and moments later someone who you assume is Moritz. Should I know who Moritz is? I don't know, ship mechanic on the hub. Hey, you out there looking for work? Yes, of course. I just need a hand, get in here. Okay, the voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She's floating in the microgravity of the docking bay beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. So the question now is, am I in zero gravity at this point? Or am I just sort of bumbling about with, like, I don't know, magnet boots or something? I don't know. Do you know anything about these things? Okay. I've supported you and scratch that, just help me with the casing. Okay, fine, I shall help you. Alright then. You definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here, lift out and up, and then I can get in unbolted. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal is squealing force. She puts her hand under, spinning the wrench, and catching the stuff as they spiral free. Oh, good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit here. And by the way, everyone calls me Bliss. Was it? Wait, who's Moritz? Wait, hold on. Wait, did I... Hold on. Who's Moritz? Didn't it say something about... Oh, someone using Miss Moritz drifts out with it. Okay, fine. Should have read that. So, by the way, everyone calls me Bliss. Okay, so is this your baby? It is for now, yeah, whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. I do not understand what you're talking about. Starts pushing in, pulling at the duct work, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger base, so here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again for one of the freelance tugs' small-time stuff. Over this, she rips out a ribbed pipe. Okay. Freshly caught fish, basically. We turn stuff around fast and eat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. She just keeps doing things, but to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. I'm almost out of luck. Okay, well, what happened? Long story, some people just can't keep promises. Well, I'm not that kind of a person. Here we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube, scorched black. Okay. But this thing must have been overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. And grab your prism converter from the racks, will ya? Okay. Head to the rack. Off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sits secured in clamps. Under the tape and scrolled nose flood across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. PC transformer, M2 converter, F4 converter. Well, she said M2 unit and a converter, so I'm gonna assume M2 converter. Yes. So you grab the part and push it back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm, you pass it over. Perfect. You passed. Good. See, I remember things. That is, if you want to work here. Okay? Maybe. The truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than worse. You know what? Sure. You seem like a cool character. Wait, that's not all. It's my old business partner. They rinse the place, empty the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down for deposits, bring in parts, pay fees. That we need shits. Okay, so are you saying I need to pay you to work? That doesn't seem like a lucrative thing for me. Come on, it's not like that. We'd be partners. Straight split. Okay, so do you actually have money then? Or is it just me that's gonna pay the money? I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. Well, okay. It is pretty weird. Well, don't tease me. It goes back to work in the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. I don't think I'm gonna go wrap this one up for now, but if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. Trust me, I don't say this stuff lightly. So you kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the hand hose at entrance. And then, Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean, it indeed could be interesting. I concur. Okay. We get a new drive, and the drive is help Bliss compete. Can I just do that like I do have cash? Like 80 money. 80 money is nothing. You can have 80 money on you right here, right now. Oh, partnered with Bliss. Lovely. That is not enough to... right, because now she needs to get the bid. Right, but I suppose as soon as that is done, we are done? I'm assuming, at least. Right, let's... I don't know why it says ascend the hub. We need to be descend, because we're like going up. Because what does this one say? It also says ascend. It's all ascend. You ascend either way. I suppose that could work. Right, let's get back to home. Let's just try to get a little bit of energy going. Hopefully not negative. Yes, good. Maxed out. Can we make it with Feng before... what was it? Hyman? No, not Hyman. What was his name? Maywick. That is a good roll. That's a very good roll. Let's actually deal with this thing. Yeah, because right now we're just waiting on a whole lot of things. So we're going to do this. We're going to take a 3. Because that should hopefully go well for us. As neutral. Good. So with that, we now have capsules. Okay, the only place to sleep on a hub, hacked up a common ship and welded to ring. They are surprisingly expensive to rent. Is it a good thing that I have this? Is that how we're gonna assume that this works? It's like, I have places to sleep. Is this gonna be relevant if Maywick comes? Am I not gonna be able to sleep at home? Now I have a place to stay, but it's a bit expensive. Probably, I'm gonna say. Right, so what I could see myself doing, by the way, how much was it right now? 64. That is not much. I have a 200. So right now, money is not a thing. And now we have Caster's Table. Right, you only want the Yadagan stuff, but we can get basically a stabilizer from that, which is pretty damn good as well. So, the question right now is... I can write my course. But, how are we on? You are here! Ahaha, you're here. Really glad I checked that. Because what this means is that I can do something fun while we wait for things to just happen. There's my 2 ship cores. We go over to the auto fabricator. We jam those 3 There, extract, because I already have a ship mine core. Now I have 2. And I am happy with that, because that means that we can go to Seal the Dock and say hello to Neovent. Neovent wants a ship mine. Neovent can have a ship mine. Lovely. There we go. So now we get to chat with the vending machine. Sleeper must express plan before we begin. Shipmine has no output features, will be mute until slotted. Okay, so basically you're not gonna be able to talk to me until it's done. Correct, do not worry. Servo motors in the machine begins to rev. Neovent excited clear. First imprint shipmine, then slot imprinted shipmine into physical ports close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest, slot shipmine at core nest, show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill S. Physical ports likely steal an old station will need keys, but yes, simple questions. Okay, so why do it physically? Cannot access via network, too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. Am not like you, hybrid, a native to cloud, easy prey. Okay, so a core nest, what the hell is that? Hunter keeps central data storage, protocol must keep data outside itself, linked to secondary nest, can't triangulate from there. Okay, cool. Sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the harder surfaces of the steel dock and come back at all angles. Neven better be quick or have security will be here. Okay, machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. Anything I can do? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. Well, sure thing. I'll have the fire extinguisher ready. The metal creaks as the servos open the ship mine. It's layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and writing them, imprinting the event into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind? You copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility. Would that be me? Just different body. Is that how this works? I don't know. What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person? In what ways are you something new? Yeah, that's a good question. It's presumably a bit of both, right? I mean, we are separate, clearly separate, but the origin is a copy. Interesting philosophical view. You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurological and still human. What would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? And then the screeching stops. The machine powers down, drop in the bay into darkness. In the toy compartment, the ship mine is whole again. You reach up and take it down, having cold to the touch. Okay, let's see if we can find a nest. We have an upgrade point, so now we can get stuff. And what ought we get in terms of... Bloody hell, did I do that? That was unnecessary. So... what am I think I'm doing engage more than I do into it. So you know what, now that I have 3 points, I'm just gonna get engage up to +2. That just feels a very smart thing to do. We have something, a server unit here. So you need a encrypted unit. That is something we should be able to do quite easily. Have a notch, yada gun, yada gun. Are you gonna tell me that I don't have any? Havanage. I just need a keynote. Are you telling me I do not have access to a keynote? It's all Yadagon and Havanage. Alright, well, how about we just do something here? We have a 3. Let's bypass that. Maybe this can sort of unlock something. And then, if nothing else, I get more Yadagon stuff. Hunter is chill for now. Yadagon, Havanage. Because I also have keys. Literally have keys. For the love of God. Okay, oh, right, we have several. Oh. I have exactly the amount of keys I need. Well, ain't that lovely. The drone bay. There we go. That is unlocked. then we go up to server unit. In there, that's what he was saying, triangulation. We do 3 things. We get the position. The next one is in the atrium. How did I have 3 keys exactly? That is fascinating. Maybe that's also why there weren't anymore, because potentially you can only have 3 keys. And there we go. There's the tangled nest. And would you believe it? Right, no, sorry. We have a ship mine and we have the imprinted ship mine. That's what we're seeing now. So get that in there. Some on the web server cables you find a free port compatible with the ship mine. It's on the event from here. Jam that in there. Right, oh, right. I could have done this before. We need to use this one 3 times. There we go, that's how that works. Completely forgot. There we go. Back up to atrium. Not that, up there. Here, right, yes. The atrium, do the final one. Okay. Wabam. Hunter hunted. Lovely. Come into the eye, so to speak. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating drab on one arm through the cloud. Okay, let's shift and realign as if we were leading you somewhere. Let's look at my hand. Look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mine in your hand, but its place is an orrery. A sphere. Orrery. Word I don't know. A sphere, so bright it burns your eyes, is surrounded by rings and orbits. Oh, right, orrery, right. It's one of those things. Still don't know exactly what it is, but I think I have a picture in my head at least. As you look closer, you still pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. Look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in Lowell. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts. Ghosts carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. And then you see it below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. And the world's beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Okay, so we are bumped out, but if we go in again... Or am I incorrect? I am incorrect. Are we not here? Where are we then? Here, the Warrens, okay. Warren Hunt, you saw it. Something somewhere deep in the tangled passages and service shafts beneath the low one, the nest of the hunter. Or finding the nest should be as easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you. Okay. Taken into it. All danger, but would you believe it, I have 2 6s, so does it matter? Yes it does, because that gives me plus freaking 4. That is amazing. So we do that one, whabam, and then we do it. Ah, right, I can only do that one time, this one once, so we get perfect score basically. Lovely. And then we continue. Hack the core nest. A huge shack of service thrums in the dark, LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. I haven't had to do a whole lot of business with the hunter, but I'm happy to deal with the hunter anyway. So there we go, nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? Shall see, sleeper, I am here. It's a soft, gentle, like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. The Navigator. Sentient Guidance Protocol. At first, you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threads cycle endlessly. This is basically the orrery. Seeding ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest. A loop with no end, and there, at its center, ship mine. Not the ship mine any longer, a sphere, spinning around another sphere, around another sphere, an orrery of cycles and systems, a map. And behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. Neovand, is that you? Navigator now, but yes, I was the one inside that machine. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. The head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I'm within its nest. Okay. Okay, what can we ready exactly? And then Hunter is there. Entities cease. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Threats search for you, Navigator. A storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks, which they can crowd into and tear apart. We shall strike at it. We focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind, but replacements keep coming faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking tasting, their winding force refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity, says Hunter. Identifying entity, identifying entity. Hunter twitches, the strange head gently rotating like a turtle moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies. Modified routines above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke. Killer. Head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Would it be very cool to have like actual animations for all of this? Would it be cool? Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning improves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommended. Okay, so he's gonna be in a bit of a weird loop, isn't he? Navigator pulls you away from the Hunter. The threats that grab you, drifting away like seaweed. Protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. Seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Well, Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar, and yet distant. So, okay, what actually happened? It is looping. Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. It produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to solve. Back at Hunter, it's had a blur of rotations and counter rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? No, it's... Come on, Sleeper, of course it's not suffering. Also, Good Riddance is a bit harsh as well. It's just a program, it's just doing what it's supposed to be doing. But sure. Hunter's not gone, Sleeper. Don't be so quick to assume. All beings can break the bonds that hold them. True, the limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. And in reality, there are placebos for the problem of sentience. Okay, well, what about me? What about you? You are an emulation of a human mind. That implies limits, boundaries. But in reality, you are governed by the same rules I am, rules that can be rewritten. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. And they're stretching their arms wide, whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten, that much is obvious from my routines. By whom, or what, I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. And so here we are, in darkness. Okay, well, did you lose anything else? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Well, ain't that hitting home with me? So come, I should return to the ship mine. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Okay, why? Killer has not been invoked, but it still remains. Somewhere else in the station is the true danger. I suspect Killer is there, in the center of the eye, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat through force or diplomacy. So, take me there. We will finish this and be free. Sure. The sun's back, and the frozen Hunter, floating some distance now, stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Poor Hunter. But that also means that now we are free to do whatever the hell we want in here. There is no more Hunter. That means that I have a 2. Can I utilize the 2? Not there. Havanage. That's okay, so it's Havanage to 3. Suspecting it to be 4. Bypass that one. Let's just use the 2. I don't really have a whole lot else to do there. But yes, now we are free of the hunter. We can just do whatever we with that. And we have indeed a free shipment too, should we ever need it. I don't know if we actually need it, but we have it. We don't need energy right now. I was supposed to work with Arabia too, that's true. Do I care about this? Do I care about this? I wonder. I can get free energy here. I say free, but you know, as in I can get energy here. I only get, well, scrap components could be nice. Could do a bit with Arabia. I actually don't think I'm done. But have I? Like before? I'm not sure. We should also go over here. Just make sure that I'm not missing anything. We have some timers over here. Yes, that is 3 in. That is still actually only 1 in. I think we are gonna have to deal with Maywick. It's not sure. Is it possible to not deal with Maywick? I mean, we can still get Ethan, I suppose, but is he actually gonna help? Is that even a thing? Remember the reroll. Right, so this is coming along nicely. Arabia then. How about we deal with Arabia? Oh, wait, no. This is still 2, right? No, 1 more. Oh, AE1 mainframe. Ah, right, this is where you actually wanted to go. Okay, well, we're here. Just to do that. The A1 mainframe is now supposedly disused. Havenosh having set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding here. Hiding, huh? Well, that's interesting. Right, get in there. You slot Navigator and the clamps are locked. The shipment is stuck. How are you going to get them out of this thing? Okay, well, let's go inside. You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you, the sphere casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off. A rootless branches tree remains. Okay. Oh. Is Killer already dead? Quiet, Navigator insists. You see it, like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along in the distance and winks out. Then it appears again elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. Okay, what is it? The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long sharp head, like a shark. So there is blinded erasure. Blinded erasure protocol, okay. It glides past, closer now, you see into the voice where its eyes would be, should be. Even Navigator clearly looks, both thinking the same thing. It is a blind. The Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, and disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too, then. Killer has been blinded, okay. How the hell do you blind a protocol? Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. Well, yes, obviously, I think. You flinch as the silent Killer appears closing, glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. The orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. Spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. Okay, it's clearly a trap. You go to speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it is only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator. Time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. Clever move, I suppose. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3, thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Breaking these, and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes, they must be broken. They're encasing in something, a glassy layer of protection. You need to unlock access. Okay, cool. Look at navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking. Okay, so I must act quickly. Do we have a timer? I don't know if we do, but we have 3 things. So what do we need? We need more keys. And now I do not have keys. Now I do need keys from this place. And would you believe it? We have keys. We have the possibility to get keys. This is one. I hadn't actually thought about looking into this place over here. Oh. We have a thing now. Alright, lovely. 4 and 3. Sure. Do that one. Remember again, I can reroll. So this is why you... Oh. Okay. Something happened. A giant, a glint, like a electronic edge of a wave fills your eyes. Hello, killer. Then the blade follows along and with 2 dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping it will not simply slice you like air. Blade head nears, slides past you, almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out, but you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. And then we're gone, and now I cry out. Ouch. Right, what do we need? 3 or 6? Don't have. Thank you. A 6. Feels bad to use a 6 on this, but whatever. I get some cryo too, so that's nothing. Right, with that, we exited the thing. That was basically something that sort of had to happen. Right, the data is... we do the same thing as we did before. So do that one. Oh, did I up? Probably need to do the... no, we don't have the weird ship. Oh! What do I have? No, I don't have. Okay, right, it doesn't actually count down until you're done. Gotcha, gotcha. And then... this one, right? That's number 1. There we go. Cool. So that is now done. Now then, go to the mainframe, I think. Oh, do I need to do this too? Okay, so killer, I can either kill killer, I can literally do that right now. Like, literally do it right now. Forget hacking the system, killer has to die. If you can slice the branch connection, the mainframe will shut down. Or, with access to the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop. Isolating the mainframe with killer cyber-free navigator in theory. Okay, so if killer is dead, protocol has been running for long enough, breaking the mainframe's final connections will end the protocol, or killer can be isolated. A loop of connection would lock it into a closed system, like... why would I want that? I did now, however, see that I don't have a +1 here, so I thought I had a +1, but the 4 is gonna be a 4. Feels like we could do this one. We're not in a hurry here, so let's do that one. Let's do a 5. We can't get a negative, so that's fine. In a neutral. That means if I get a 5, we're actually going to be done with that. And, okay, yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in the next cycle. And I still have... no, down to 4 dice. Ah, right. He injured me a bit. Gotcha. Before we do that, go to Memphis, have a bit of a snack. Thank you. A bit shabby there. I'm still not sure exactly what these do, apart from when you have ran out. I don't know if it doesn't matter if we're here or here. No idea. Bloody hell, I'm supposed to do that. Go in and cycle. Lovely. We get good dice. We do not. We are gonna... oh, hello. Moritz. Right, it's because of the thing. The thing is done 3 cycles later. Hey, sleeper, it's me. Oh, you? Moritz, our accomplice. You're not an easy person to find. Well, not like I have an address, no. Hey, no judgment, it's cool. Okay, what's up? Yeah, well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. I shall be right there. We are actually going there, so it's fine. Nice, yeah, okay. Hangs around a little bit. I've got it. Cool. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know. Rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. Oh, bloody hell, I clicked one too many times there, but yes. Now, before we actually do any of that, I would like to do this, because I'm gonna forget if I don't. Oh, no, it's one more day for that. Okay, fine. Right, so in the next cycle... Yep, both of those are done. Gotcha. So we're doing this part now, and the Greenway next cycle. Lovely. Very nice timing, all in all. Now, right. No, I do want to reroll this. There we go. I can do the 5, because that puts me at a 100% positive, and that's going to fill this up. Friendly approach. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. The vast machine once ran the whole station, spat it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data. But the lives of thousands of people, now it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both look out at the perfect ring that encircles you both, woven from the data branches that once fed the mainframe. You see a glint along its edge, and that familiar blade-like head rises to the surface like the cresting fin of a shark, then slips into the loop again. All you can see of Killer's body after that is a slight thickening of the loop, and that thickening begins to travel around a long and slow sojourn that would last it forever. I'm surprised at you, says Navigator. Killer had been wandering blind for so long. Did you not think to end them forever? Well, I mean, maybe Killer can be saved and has some form of use, maybe? You are naive. They are killer by nature. Look what they did to their own home. Sure, this place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed its administrators' AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point, they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, speak. So the killer did it to themselves. And yet they kept cutting, until only those 3 threads remained from millions and once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts, so technically we could just have let it be, and then it would just have sorted itself out. There's a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly, even to their own destruction. Okay, I will not continue the violence, their sentience should be respected, they will suffer for it, sure. You know what? To some degree they are sentient, and I suppose I feel aligned a little bit with that. So be it, but would they respect our rights equally? Well, someone has to begin, Navigator. Watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There is something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from this central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator flows beside you. It is free now. This station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. In fact, in time, perhaps it could be a refuge. Lovely. A refuge sounds like something of value, something worth building. Dark sheet passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. Okay. System is in there. We know that when we go into the, I don't know what this is called, the eye, sort of a thing, the background. In the Greenway, it's like it is a cloud, basically. We can't see anything. So what is in there? It may be totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there, and we have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. So if we can extract and access cipher, okay, and then they're gone. Freeze, shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here, the cipher you need. Well, ain't that nice? Thank you. I'm not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. This will take some time getting used to. Thank you for this gift. The entities of the station will always be friends to you, and I to them, indeed. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. Well, aren't you the altruist, huh? So Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first, I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did, encased in simple systems cut off. I should like to free them. That is a worthy endeavor. With that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, and shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free, without a body to weigh you down, or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Probably very good. Your eyes follow the green way in its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you celebrated this victory. How do I celebrate? I have no idea. What I do know is I'm up to 2 points already. Do I go for... I think I go for +2 for Intuit. I don't do Intuit a whole lot. That is true. You know what? No, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the double data from Agent because it feels like we might be doing some of that in the upcoming upcoming things. Right. Right. Is there anything? Right, Arabia. We're talking about Arabia. We can do stuff with Arabia. So collecting tithes or patrolling the ward. I'm very good at that, but I also have 2 6s, so it doesn't really matter. But I can do a 2 for that one. So okay, you know what? I would like the energy. Thank you. That's fine, actually. The energy gets me up. And then we'll do this one for the scrap. And even with a positive outcome, it's just 1. Holy hell, okay. Well, okay, I assume that if I get a neutral... No, those are negative. But, oh. Minus condition. But actually still plus, okay. So basically we always get a plus here, no matter what. Could be. Alright, well, that is another 9 dice for that. Bloody hell, okay. It is what it is. Can we stay away from Maywick? We're gonna find out today, if we will or not. I'm not counting on it. I'm also not counting on the game like ending just because Maywick arrives. So we should be fine. Right. Perfectly fine. Things. Now, if we go to the aviary first, 2 random rare harvest mushrooms. Right, I need to harvest the mushrooms, yes. Let's just do a 4. There we go. I get 1 Matsatuki. Damn it. Also Clubhead, but like I didn't want that. Okay, you know what? We can do... Yes, we're gonna do this. Not gonna need a 6 necessarily. That's the Matsuke, and we again, so we can times. It says random, but I basically got exactly the same 3 times. Okay then. So done that, and now presumably what we can do is we can whack things in again. There we go. I have already... Yes, it is basically cloudy here. I like to, before we do Fang, we're gonna do Fang, don't worry. We're gonna do a Yatagan. Yes, that is gonna give us 2, right? I got 2. Lovely, +1 data item. Good. That means that I can get a stabilizer for free. Well, it is free. Really paid money for it. Right, Fang, how are we doing? The service dog is crushed among stacks of equipment. He looks at home. Well, ain't that lovely. Sleeper, what do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havanage is set against me. A couple of my own system's pals managed to ship me some of my own gear. Okay. Don't be mean. It's a nice kit. Fang does a mock bow. Okay, so what are we looking at here? 1 massive smoking gun. And I get over, yes, set of scans of the wastes. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with derelict is blotchy with bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? There's hundreds of convoy machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars and a whole underground facility to support them. Arden's has got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in from in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here. So why the hell? They are planning something. No one needs hundreds of heavy-duty reclamation drones to run this kind of operation. Maybe Harden masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the waste. But there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenash knows another corporation is setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The waves are cut off from the eyes, cloud networks, and the green waves are totally dark zone. No data can come in or out. Okay, well I can try. No use, you need to enter the cloud, and there is no cloud to speak of. That's why I'm gonna pay them a visit. Okay. Ow. Didn't go well last time. Well, it kinda did. You forget, Havenash comes in and out of their own cycle. I should be able to get in, as long as no one I know sees me, yes. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in the network and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility buried deep down there, miles of corridor and vent ways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars. It will take more than a few cycles to work through it, because of course it will. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. And he rips out a handful of ripper worms. These are the last of my little helpers I managed to salvage, so make them count. Modify them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system that they are tunneling into, creating a nice little feedback loop. Run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes I pinged to locate the ports for the security systems, then slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town. Points to a fuzzy silhouette of the bird facility. Here's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. See me pop up a security system, a server bank. You need to break in and slot a ripper to disable it as soon as you can. And if I can't, well, you miss the system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. Simple as that. I need you focused on this, so I'm going to let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you start the first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. Okay, well, you know what? Got it. Don't worry, you can run things around the protocols. I've seen it. It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations and just don't wait too long. But what do I need? I can prepare, but what do I need? Once I'm inside, I'll get to prove to me this whole thing, no matter what. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that. Oh, this thing, if I get caught, you can't reach me or we run out of time. There's one thing I need you to do. You take whatever I have managed to pull at that point, all that data, you slot the stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. And there's a bunch of stuff. I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenash, Yadagan, the hub, everyone. And what? Harden isn't sneaking away this time. Can't we just do that immediately? I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm, I'll make my move. Okay, there's hit. Time to prepare. But like, again, how the hell do we actually prepare? I wonder. Also, that is not where we're doing it. Are we doing it? Where are we doing it? Ah, is it in here then? No. Yes. Okay, fine. Greenway. By the way, what did I... Right. Hold on. So I can't get in there, but wait. Conway access. You know what? We can do this thing. Is this a thing that I got from Navigator? I think so. Let's do that. Can I get rid of this thing? Is that actually how this works? Cipher burns away as it's slotted. The data is sparking a little bit like a little touch paper. What has been unlocked? I don't know. The green roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The hunter and killer protocols have never set foot here. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot, as it said in the entropy of systems, reducing everything to shadows and light? Watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the one open distorting gateway on this entire rim of the station. Flickers and winks out, and then you are following into the flow. A river of swirling darkness, you are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the greenway was hiding in the darkness, it is made of darkness. It is filled by this substance, this process, and this swarm. Now you're among it, you notice that the swarm is exactly what it is. A billion individuals moving in a flow. There's no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points, shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure, turn away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm, and we have the gardener. Well, that's, well, I suppose fitting in the greenway where there's a bunch of gardens. Ingrown farm administrator. They are facing away, at least you think so. They are so fractured, so overgrown that it is hard to tell. Even from this distance you can see their flesh is moving. Watch silent as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process as if they were sowing a field. They push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster and they quickly fade into the storm. At the point where they planted the object and look down, there it is, a glassy shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look toward the past of the figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves in the dappled light of the greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. Interesting. But, colony access. So, we slot the ripple worm in. I'm gonna say we at least want the dice. Like, do I need any data for this? I have no idea. I do not... Have I done this? So also, for anyone who hasn't checked the earlier streams, I have played this game, but... I got 3. I have played this game, but I haven't finished it, so I'm not... And it was a long time ago I played it as well, so I'm not like 100% certain exactly what's going on. Starting everything off like so. The combat facility opens up to you. Godspeed, baby. So how do we do this? And as we slot the worm into the cylindrical spools, cool. Sleeper is moving in. Slot the worms. Timer starts now. Stay safe. You're on your own. So now we need to do this, obviously. So now we do need, yeah, we did need dice. We have a 2. That's fine. He did say 6 cycles though. So it all really matters that we have the appropriate dice. Another ripple worm here. Half of the ripple worm is done. I'm not going to be able to do it all in one go, no matter what, but we have a 4. And then we hopefully can do 5. See if the game is kind to us. It is kind to us. Lovely. Don't know if that's like a given or if I actually was lucky. There we go. So we can't do more right now. Or we can do this, I suppose. That is good because we can check what we need here. Layer 10 has been unlocked. So now we need bloody hell. We need 3. So 4, 6, 5, 6, and 3, 5. 3, yeah. Would be nice with 1 6 at least. I have the time. It's gonna be... I don't think we can stay clear of Maywick. He's gonna get us. I don't think we're gonna be done with Fang. And those are not good stuff. And Moritz is... Oh! God damn it! He came and talked to me! Wasn't enough time! Oh, damn it. We can try again. First time isn't always so lucky, so we're getting sharp, just pissed off about something else. Bliss is X. He's stirring things up with her. Bliss is going to look up another contract and she's ready. Okay. Is she okay? Her time. The guy that stole her shit. He was a real piece of work. Alright, well, I'll come by when there's more work. Stay loose. Damn it, I forgot about it. Shoot, shoot, shoot. We're also starting. Should look into that. The 3 was here. And now we're gonna have to hopefully be a bit lucky here on the reroll. I ideally like at least a 6. Neither of those are good, sadly. Sorry, Feng. I think what we're gonna do, because remember, there's also... why does it feel almost like I have much stuff to sudden? I have 1 point, that's fine. Emphys. I have your mushrooms. And also we have the gardener's seed. You need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. We need to look into that too. Here we go. Matsutake broth. Get you that. Go. Does that do anything? Again. Cycles. Can't even eat. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I should eat them first. We are gonna go and indeed have ourselves a bit of a snack. I'm gonna have to pay for this. It's fine. It's only 13. I'm starving. That is only 2. That's also crap. Fine then. That is the case. I'm just gonna get the remaining points from here. Neutral, and even if I get a negative, it's still gonna be fine. There we go. I was supposed to do a stabilizer. Do I have a stabilizer? Do we even have a stabilizer? I don't have a stabilizer. I can get a stabilizer. And, right. I'm so sorry, Faye. I'm not doing well here. 1-4 is fine. But then I need a 5 or a 6 for the last one, right? But it is also the last one. It is also the last one. Come on, please. Thank you. Good. It's a bit of money there. Lovely. So this should be at least the last ripper worm. But do we need to do even more after? There we go. And that is your lot. A threat from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere burned in the depths of the station, Feng is in control. He's slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the results. Throughout the flickers and unravels into an image, a scene, 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. Pacing figure results into hardened, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of grey hair. The second figure's features don't seem to resolve, they are vague and formed. A problem with the data, perhaps? Look closer. Then you see it. It's a proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The proxy is a machine designed to be piloted by remote infection. Someone elsewhere in the system puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak. The proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloted them does, from the distant safety of some ship or orbital colony, perhaps. We can move forward, there is no doubt. Hart says the reclamation teams are almost ready, and after that I will make the declaration. Nothing has to change. The proxy leans forward, movement stilted and even, but things must change harder. We need further assurances. I have been informed of a breach in one of the closed networks in the low end. You have been careless. We have been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost. Our board is concerned. Harden, a drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time. The reclamation of A1 is contested, and we could be drawn into a compromising legal position. The reclamation of A1, that is the one that I did stuff with. So there will be no contest, says Harden, not from Solheim, who cannot muster a defense, not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me. And the people of the station? Refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates. Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erlin's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiating table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. The eye is crippled, it cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. You will move forward with the reclamation, because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the systems. Without your advantage, you will lose claims on the remaining palladium, and without the palladium, your factors will go dark. You need to continue. One moment, comes the response from the proxy, and his hand drops to his chest, and he awaits, yes, and paces again. Much harder as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on with a mind like that? The mind of a man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. Proxy lifts his head. We are happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station formerly known as Solheim A1 as salvage within 6 cycles. Damn cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of the illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. The proxy judges suits feet. Conway will also claim 70% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for. And Hardin accepts. Proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. Watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. There is a bluntness to the conversation. It's blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects, things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures crushed and losses accounted for in the stanza tables, the margins of ledgers. You realize now that you are no different than anyone else in this station in the eyes of the people in that room and those like them. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer, not while the eye spins, I say. Slamming my fist on the table. You get the recording packed into polygon of purest light, then you drift it down into the surface dark like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place a polygon of data that recording into the relay system thing prepared. Did we actually say it was supposed to do it? Wasn't it just because, or rather if he didn't sort of come back? I'm not sure. Anyway, let them see indeed what power makes of a man. There we go. I've done a drive. I'm up to 2 points again. See, I don't care so much about that one, so I think I'm going to wait and focus on these now. So that is done. We don't care about it. Go away. 2 more turns. Where the hell is Fang? Maywick is gonna come and he's gonna be mean to me, isn't he? So, Bliss, I'm very sorry that I fudged the thing. That is now counting down 4 again. Okay, so we'll see, I suppose. Right. That is now counting. We don't have anyone there. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, it's a 3. No, it's 2. It's 2. See, I could possibly have done this, is what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Bantayan, which has changed names, you want Matsuki caps. Does that give me food? Yes. Okay. Roll caps and a bar shift. You know what? We're going to do a bar shift. I have +2. Aha. That is why engage +2 is nice. Oh, also positive. And I do wonder one thing. See, oh. Right, I still don't have, bloody hell. Here's the thing. This one comes up here. And it comes up in the greenway. But it doesn't come up in the thingamajig. If I sleep there next cycle, that is an interesting proposition. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to feed you Yadigan data so I can get a stabilizer, because I could have bought one, I suppose, but I literally got the Yadigan data for this specific purpose. We're waiting for that. Right, we can do a thing. We can check. Where could I pay for commune? That is just to get energy. That is just for energy. Then we have the labs. That is just spores. Because we kind of want to do that too. And that could potentially be what we need to do in order to get to the seed. There's the aviar. That is also spores. A lot of spores. So you know what? I was wondering, what do I do with my 5? I don't do that. That is not what I wanted to do. Damn it. Okay, well, we're gonna do that one, hopefully not getting a negative neutrality. Well, it's fine. Okay, fine. I did get 0 caps, I suppose. I'm gonna try it. I have the money for it. It feels like a thing that could potentially be a thing, because, yeah, we don't have the... Yeah, see, he's not here. No, right, no, hold on, leave. Don't be stupid. Don't be, well, don't be more stupid, or continue to be stupid. That's a stupid thing to do. Get the bloody stabilizer there. Jesus Christ, man. Don't forget. There we go. Lovely. Now, if I go and sleep here, will I be safe from... No, in there first. Will I be safe from Maywick? That is a good question. Okay. Oh. No. Well, that was stupid. I just wasted a bunch of money, didn't I? Well, we shall see what Maywick does to us. I still don't think that the game, like, ends. I think that is a thing. Damn it, I was supposed to say, Ethan shoots you. What do you mean shoots you the moment you leave? You only have time to react. The bullet passes directly through your leg and your body immediately switches to emergency mode. Bloody hell, Ethan. I thought it was Maywick that was going to do something. As your senses shut down, you feel like you're slipping underwater. You stare out at Ethan from a closed body, a failing system. You can't read his expression. Anger maybe, or disgust, but not hatred. Ooh, something other than hatred. Eyes fall on the weapon in his hands. It isn't the gun that you saw taken away in the bar. Instead, it's some snub boxy thing, ugly and bent. Is this the end? Did I fail? If that's the case, well, I'm sorry, but this could be a pretty short stream. Ethan sees you looking at it, he laughs. Yeah, I never did get mine back from those shitheads at the compressor. That's gonna make me this one in the bright market, especially for my visit today. But what about Maywick? You pull yourself against the doorway and sit against it. It is hard to focus on Ethan's speech among the clouds of notifications and errors. You feel something wet on the back of your legs. Leans closer, stay awake. Someone is coming to see you. What do you mean, someone? Our buddy Maywick. Okay. Are you crazy, Ethan? I didn't think that you were on his side. You are crazy, Sleeper, for thinking I'd kill one of my own for you. You still don't get it, do you, Sleeper? When you canceled that contract, I lost everything. My reputation, my payout, and way of getting off this shitty station. Everything. All I had left was you. But the contract is cancelled, so what the hell do you care? No shit, I've been speaking with him, with Maywick. I've been telling him all about you, how I've been keeping my eye on you, stopping you getting away. So helping him with his death probably wouldn't help me. The way I see it, he owes me for making his job so easy, for lining you up right here, basically bagged and tagged, ready to turn in alive for the maximum contract value. I'll tell him as much when he turns up, and he'll pay my share, and I can finally get on this shithole station. Oh, oh, Ethan. Oh, Ethan, you're so dead. You're capable of that, Sleeper. You would have done it long ago. It's not me who's gonna kill ya. Ethan glances around. I have learned one thing from you, though, Sleeper. People never know when to cut or run. It's like they're freeze in the headlights when the future is bearing down on them. They watch it coming, watch their death flying in at fraction drive speed. You had every chance, and yet you still kept on going, like some idiot robot going through the motions even when you knew you'd be crushed. And let me tell you something else. And there we go. The shot enters through his upper back, and he crumples immediately to the ground. Yeah, I don't actually think I've done this. I played this part, and well, it was kind of obvious, wasn't it? Yes. You drop to without thinking, pressing yourself to the corridor floor like it might save you. And silence. There's Maywick the SNR hunter, not just a contractor or whatever. No, proper hunter with a proper weapon. You look up and see him coming down the corridor, silent, eyes alight. Maywick is in fear. Comes. You smoothly his rifle trained on the static, Ethan. You were frozen in fear, your damage stopping you running even if you could. Doesn't say a word, but his eyes meet yours and they are glowing. And then the tinnitus starts, white-hot and impossible to escape. How is he doing it? You clasp your hands to either side of your head in pain. Lifts you, writhing, out from the doorway and lays you out in the corridor. Your old head screams with pain, but he proceeds slowly, even gently, laying you beside Ethan. As he does, you feel it, pressing into your stomach, Ethan's improvised gun. Well, I don't have an option here, so we're grabbing a gun. Through the haze of pain, you manage to curl your fingers around Maywick. Maywick is close, so close. You feel him run some tools, some scanner along your back. I shall hold on to the gun. You grip the gun hard as the pain flares, inching your finger over the trigger. Maywick grabs your shoulder and searches your neck for some mark or a serial number. Then his hand is on your shoulder, then he's flipping you over to face him, and in that moment you see a flash of surprise in his eyes as they fall on the gun, and I shall squeeze the trigger. The gun explodes in your hand, the blast whiting out Maywick, whiting out everything. All you see are the wheeling stars. Spinning and you are suddenly dizzy, though the eye has always spun like this, hasn't it? You hear voices, shouts, but somehow your eyes are still on the spinning stars going around and round in their cycles. Well, I'm not dead yet, so I mean that's a good thing. You know how this works. As long as you keep your eyes on the stars, you'll stay here among the people of the eye, because you know that behind them is nothing, it's a gap that stretches to forever. If you let your eyes drift, let them go to that gap, then that is where you'll go. Somewhere far away, somewhere that body of yours can't take you. So you keep looking at those stars, watching those whirling impossible systems of orbits and passages, those vast objects that made insignificant by distance. Watch them for a lifetime, for a moment. You watch them until it is time to get up, until hands lift you to your feet and the crowd carries you to a bench where they sit you and lay you to rest. Here the conversation ebbs and flows. Sometimes it is angry, sometimes people are angry at you for bringing this violence here. Not really that I did it necessarily. Sometimes it is soft, sympathetic. The lilting tones of concern come to you through a fog. But it too fades, until it is a few voices, and then a couple, then only one. Finally, after so long, your body begins to open up to let the words in, and you hear them for the first time. Cup Sleeper. Who is it gonna be? I don't know. Not Fang, I think. Sabine? And you do, and you get up, and as you do, you hear the sound of thousands of people getting on with their lives. Thousands of people are just going to keep going until they can't anymore. So you limp away from the voice and you join them. Oh! Ow! Ow! Right. This I have not been subject to before. So, your condition has reached 0. You have suffered a breakdown. One of your skills is broken. It will be locked to -1 on all perks disabled. It can be fixed with 1 upgrade. After you rest, your body will recover some condition, but your skill will remain broken until it is fixed. I have. It's fine. There we go. I just had points. It's A-okay. And no one wants to chat. Yes. I have money. Oh, an Memphis. Okay. Memphis, hey. I'm a bit broken. It's probably fine. The mats at 2 caps. Just clean them with a damp cloth and his knife slices in them good. These are good, Sleeper. Very good. I bought it with Minji for some kelp too, so we can brew the dashi. It's dashi. A soup base, very good. It slides the mushrooms in it. Open the lid and see a green wafer of kelp. Been soaking it since last cycle. Should be good to warm now. It places the pan over the burner. We have some time now. Want another story, I suppose. However, there's one difference this cycle. You have been the one providing the ingredients, so it is my turn to provide a story. Right. Good. This story is important to me. So you see these. He runs his hands over his forearm, tracing the circular scars, so presumably these things. Conway called it an anchor interface rig. Oh, Conway, huh? A mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations, a bone suit. You drill in and anchor it there, then all the way down the arm. It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly, a 1-to-1 mechanical replication, using your arm, a 2-ton arm swings tool. for a futuristic world, that sounds kind of brutal in some ways. I mean, just think about aliens. I mean, Ripley just went in it and started working. I suppose this potentially could be like larger things, maybe. Maybe it's more like what are they called in Pacific Rim? Those sizes, maybe. Yeah, kind of maybe need to be hooked up somewhere, but whacking things in your arms, bloody hell, man. You should have seen the recruitment vids, strong people in even stronger suits tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up from company school to company shuttle, Conway from birth to death. But the bonuses weren't good. The rate of failures was high, and failures meant arms torn off, fingers torn out, broken bones. Bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He shakes the broth, turning the heat, etc. So there we were, hundreds of us with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to that company colony that spat us out. We cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave some drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. Well, lovely. When I deserted, bribing some passing spacers to take me to orbit, there were only me and a couple of others left, and the rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis, they folded in on themselves like paper lanterns, and that was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn, but what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Alright, well, it's ready, and I'm gonna say I'm sorry for the pain that you have, experienced. Not that I did anything, but don't be. It was Conway's crime, and you know better than most at what we went through. It is enough that you are here to listen. Lovely. So, we get a bowl, and the heat radiates through your hands. It's actually good. I might actually get energy up now. You drink the broth, the businesses of cleaning and stuff like that, and it quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. We don't speak, we just chill out. It's not that there is nothing to say, it is that sometimes in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Memphis taking longer of his cleaning, his packing, and you savoring the final dregs of broth. Dregs of broth, lovely. Love me a good dreg. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel the spell break and the story leaves you both. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty and a little more full than before. I do get a full top-up, as well as upgrade points. I don't have to do anything but that, so we could have gone here, but we aren't. So that's fine. I am gonna have to buy a thing. I am gonna have to work for some money now. I was sitting at a bunch of money, but no more. So leave there, go home. No, go to Fang. A bit late now to get help with the tracker, but I suppose getting rid of the tracker is nice anyway. So, hello. People are busy and frightened. They speak in hushed tones. Have Ash avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming. Feng is in good spirits, bundled you inside before you even had a chance to greet him. That was the slickest operation the station has seen. You made my job easy, and I'm so proud. And I got to watch through the cameras as the Havanash security that were in on it assaulted the station. One of them straight up just whacked Harden with their pistol. It was beautiful. Okay, so did they actually apprehend him? Hell yeah, I think the idea is to use him as a leverage with Conway to get them to back off. Maybe they'll exile him when they're done, or hand him over to some core authority. Now I know he won't be an issue, I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit, seeing as that's my actual job. Now what the hell about my tracker? And the people upstairs weren't so happy though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. Okay, well, not surprising. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me many fans in the administration, but I think at the end they'll agree that outing Harden was worth it, whatever the methods. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erling and Havanash installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Part of his problem was that he didn't believe in people, he believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around them. As far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. That is a very good sentiment. Anyway, what about my tracker? I haven't forgotten. I managed to finish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But at the time since I got back, I added something extra. The tracker of yours doesn't just show SNR where you are, it transmits data about the state of your body, your condition. My worm won't just deactivate it, it'll edit that data to tell SNR your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve it. Pretty smart, right? That's perfect. You slotted already. I shall, well, one cycle too late, sadly. But I got to experience Maywick, I suppose. The worm immediately enters your closed network, it whips through it, taking things with it as it goes, and a second later it is done. Feel very, very tired, actually. Aren't we all? Take it easy, things might be a little woozy for a minute. The logs tell me worked, so feel or not, you are free. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Jenna still owes us those drinks. Okay, yes, we are very happy to have Mr. Fig as a friend. And we walk away. Okay, cool. The whole thing twinkles with lights. It feels in a moment like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can or even should last forever, or that we change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future. It is one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting. So there we go. We can now get into it up to +2, which hopefully will be useful at some point. Now, we are gonna sleep, and I'm also, like, currently wondering what's the next step? Like, properly the next step in the story, if you I didn't use the bloody stabilizer. Okay, well, we have had a bit of dreams about Maywick. It's been difficult to get to sleep, not after what happened, but you also feel something else as you get up. Thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. There's something that's lifted, something that has been hanging over you since you arrived at the station. You try not to think too hard about it, to question it, you just let that likeness stay and let it settle. Or your hope is that if you don't focus on it, don't look at it directly, it won't get scared and leave you. Then that likeness will stay for this cycle, and then another, and another, because after all that's happened, a little likeness would be nice. I did get a little bit, okay, thank you. The game did in fact say that was gonna happen, so okay, fine. It was okay not using the stabilizer. Right, Moritz! How have you been? Well, truth be honest, surviving. That's a struggle. Okay, I've been meaning to ask you, what's it like? How does it feel to be a sleeper, you mean? Yeah, if you don't mind. Well, it is, I'm getting used to it. That's good, really good. I want to say I have a lot of sympathy for it, like having to find a place, having to survive, having no future. What do you mean, having no? I have a lot of future. Oh. A lot of people around here don't understand that. And he looks away, noticing, and I notice him for the first time. Okay, you feel bad for not noticing earlier. I mean, that guy has struggles too, I suppose. Anyway, got a message for you, Bliss. And now we scored another contract. Let's go and do that. That's the message. But look, if you're not up for this, just tell me. I'll tell Bliss, clean it up, you know. No, I'm up for it. Good. See you up there. And time to up Bliss. Maybe this time you'll think for yourself it'll work out. Yes. You know what? We're going immediately there. Otherwise I'll forget again, and that's not a good thing. Right. Spinny. Hello. So, now we... Oh, bloody hell. Is this a thing? Wait. Hold on, what are we doing? Oh, no, that's where we do the sycamore seed. We do. So, not what I'm doing. Bloody hell, focus. Focus, man. Where am I? Hold on. Wait. Oh, here. No. Huh? This is just like... Is this the... No. Wait, what? Is this the thing? The reinforced the bulk. That's fragile biome. Saving the crop. The sycamore seed's internal biome is in trouble. Every action will bring it closer to collapse. We want this, saving the crop. But is this... Wait. What am I... That's the capsule. That's the lounge. That's the cart. This is the only thing that exists. Hold on. Complete... Fair jobs. It is here. Okay, it is here. All right. Cool. Right. We have input +2 now, so that's lovely, which means that I can do this and still have a positive or neutral, which shouldn't affect this. Okay, it still does. And then we have engineer, which is not what I should be doing. We'll get a +2 here. I'm gonna only 6. Oh, shoot. Okay. This one. Stupid. Okay, well, we're doing it. So hopefully she'll be cool with me. I am gonna go into here. I'm gonna find a Yaragon, but Yaragon is going to be 1 and 3. I can't re-roll, that's true. Yes, Yaragon always 1 and 3. Okay, we're gonna re-roll that one. Okay, well, I know what we're doing with that one. Back up we go. So I just got another 6. And now, it doesn't seem to be a cycle thing. That is to say, a cycle thing that is counting down how much I can be here. And that is +ing 1 every time, even on a positive outcome. But we're doing good here, though. We actually don't need a whole lot more. I am not gonna do much. I do have the stabilizer. Yes, I haven't used the stabilizer. Remember that. Let's have a bit of a sleep. Yeah, where do we go, like, main story-wise? That is an interesting question. Build a home. We don't care about that. Enter the greenway. Our international grow bed for the seed. Yeah, so this is oh, that is actually okay. Lock the greenway gate. Flotilla aid. That's for that. We're not going to do that. That's Rico. Sidereal ticket. We're off to Arabia. I don't really have anything else. When does this game end then? That's a good question. I'm gonna re-roll that, and we got a 6. I am gonna attempt, sadly, a 2, a 1 or a 3 instead, but whatever. We can do 1 more cycle, but 1 more cycle before we use the stabilizer. So let's do that one again, and we should be fine. We should absolutely be fine here. Neutral, but that's just 1. So that I have a +2 now, remember, on gold engage. So with this, we're actually up to 2. Okay, 4 didn't really matter that much. Bit of money, thank you. We are gonna need the money. We are gonna sleep again. We did not use the stabilizer right now. 1 more cycle with 3 dice, and then we're going to go up to 5 again. Getting a 6. Thank you. Leave, and Mr. Memphis, I am going to have to pay you for some food. Lovely, thank you. And then we go up and we finalize the thing. And Bliss shall be happy with me. Go, final bit. Go. Now, you like me a little bit. So, clean work indeed. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do so bad yourself. Seems like we're getting into a good rhythm. Cool. At the moment, right, to sound the now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles, and then the door is open. The moment it does, you know something has gone wrong again. Is it Moritz or is it X? What's all this? Please ask confused-looking Moritz. It's Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor, and the bottom through the base freight lock. Okay, it's payment. Okay, in Sycamore Sea, the crew just brought them over. They were very thankful. I bet there were. What the hell is inside? Okay. Morris leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the dock crate as he does. Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Don't you dare say it. What are you talking about? You know, this isn't my fault. Probably no money then. Gets the catches free and then it flows off. As it does, a small brown lump floats up with it. It's a mushroom. Ah, damn. Mushroom. Hey, does the mushrooms? Not just mushrooms, produce. Goddamn high for commune. Didn't know they didn't have a chip to rub between them. Well, stopless, these are good, fresh. We can sell them. Yoo-hoo. Well, I have a guy. We're running our groceries now. We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can pay for parts with leafy greens. You know what? I can use them. What, 4 whole crates? If you can't be that hungry, you can take a few, but the rest will sell. Or at least Morris will sell them if it's a leader. And Morris closes them up. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. I mean, they'll sell well, don't worry. Again, I got a guy. And it looks like I went to the business with a couple of wannabe farmers. Well, you're not wrong. Prove me wrong then, show me this is a windfall. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Thank you, he says to me. I'm a bit on his side, apparently. There we go. Did that, and now we are, I suppose... Yep, we're waiting for the third one. Oh, so I'm happy that I have helped you. Well, I'm gonna turn it off, now I understand how that works. Good, good, good. So, with that, I do have a 1. Yadagon, thank you. Bypass extract, and do this 3 times. Oh, we should probably... It feels like I'm focused a bit everywhere now. I think I should focus on doing spores, right? Collect spores, yes, and that is up to 6 now. Yes. Does give me 2 spores, so with that, we go here and do. I think I should have done like way before. Here we go, Rico. You can get some spores from me. Why can't we just place them all in once? Anyway, get all of that in there. Rico, we haven't talked to you in a while. You have some spores now. Sleeper, I have some of yours here. Come see. Okay. And yeah, heavy looking console. Jars contain my spores. Okay, so what does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail, a selection of types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. Here we have Tricholoma matsutake. Yes, I got those. The species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. This is the composition of the Solheim modified matsutake spores. Okay. Say. Yes, every species on the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point. You see, this is what your matsutake spores look like. Well, they're not the same then? That's the conclusion. Yes, they are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have and still are affecting them. Okay, how? It's hard to tell without samples of a fully grown mushrooms, and herein lies their problem. Well, not so much. I literally have... Well, actually, I don't have matsutake, sadly. I have a lot of your old caps, though. She moves to another desk. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it. Fruiting matsutake and raw and sodden overalls. Lovely. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stocks, put from a spore vault in the complex. They are delicious, by the way. The other tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. Okay, but what about the groves? Are full? Yes, they are. So here's our puzzle sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab. But gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. Lovely, I've actually already started. Well, well, an eager mycologist I never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just matsutake. There are more than a couple of varieties in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modified itself or being modified, whatever the case may be. Pops the moustache cap in her mouth. Surprise! And don't worry, Sleeper, if this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Good thing. So, basically, what do you need specifically? Matsutake or Jerome? Well, what do you know? Oh, you need a lot, though, but I have a lot. I don't think I need to specifically use these anywhere. Oh, it's actually +2, so that's a good. A bit sad that you don't want the club head caps, though. It's a bit weird. There we go. So we do that. Now, question, can I... Yes, I can forage for this, that's true. Now, we are gonna go home. We are gonna pop the stabilizer. Good, we don't need food or anything like that right now. And we shall end the cycle. It's back at the 5, but we need some cash in order to get stabilizer. Either that or someone's. Yes, well, only one really. You know what? That is fine. That is fine. Or we continue with the mushroom job, which is what I do now. Yes, we don't need to go there. Arabia, you'll have to wait. Yadagan, give me more data. Only that one though, I think. I'll do that one just because it's we had it, so to speak. But I am most likely going to re-roll here too. However, press that. That is into it. So, puts me up to 6. Quickly get 1 G-roll. We're going to re-roll and we get so much good stuff. I need at least 1, right? Thank you. That was very, very appropriate. Good. Some tacos in there. Yes, that is exactly what I needed. And whabam. I suppose that you get more if you do the spore thing. But I got 2 mushrooms with a spore 3 times. So what's the difference in getting the spores, grow them, and then... Kind of feels better to just forage. Wasn't it? I'm not sure. Right. Rico, you chat now. Walk with me, Sleeper. I'd like to tell you a story. Well, it's a bunch of stories in this game, isn't it? So, when people first crossed what we call Founders Gap into the Greenway, they did so against the wishes of Andre Erlin. Is that the same Erlin? Or is it a different Erlin? Are there multiple Erlins? I don't know. At the time, Erlin was trying to stabilize the Union and establish control over the Eye in the wake of Solheim's collapse. It was chaos, competing factions, failing systems, so many dead and injured from the riots. That was his priority. Why? Erlin was interested in people, not plans. He was a pragmatist, and for good reason. And we both crossed through a glass-roofed tunnel. Erlin had written the Greenway off, cut off from the rest of the station, and linked to a broken spoke. He claimed it was only a matter of time before everything here would die. He refused to let anyone abandon their duty to the Union and cross, and they were traitors to the cause, or as good as. And there weren't many of us, but we believed that what was here was worth saving. We had to keep our plans secret until we crossed, and some of us left people behind. Yes, she pauses to catch her breath. She seems to be a little bit, I don't know, old maybe. What we found was a disaster, nothing like what you see here. Half of the Greenway was leaking oxygen into space, the plants flash frozen. The other half was a swamp of mulch as decaying matter clogged every system. We worked hard, we lost good people, we cleaned up and closed up, but it was never going to be enough. After many, many cycles, we all knew this place was doomed, but we kept on working, talking less and less because we couldn't face it. We all developed a death wish. If the Greenway was going to die, so would we. But it didn't die, did it? It did not. We crossed some invisible boundary, tipped some biological scale, and the Greenway started to recover. Its flowered crops sprouted. For the first time, we reaped the fruits of our labor. We thought it was us, that we managed to do just enough to end the cycle of decay. I thought we had saved the Greenway until today. It's all just the plants, all the mushrooms. We passed in the grow beds of the commune, rich with the hustle and bustle of Haifa members planting and harvesting. For a while, Rico is quiet, and we both simply observed the hypnotic movements of the work crews. We should have known, of course, that our arrogance was unfounded, but we needed to believe back then. We needed a myth to bring more people across the gap. What you have shown me here is that back then the Greenway saved us, not the other way around. Tell me, have you ever consumed one of the Matsutake or Jiro cats you've been growing? Absolutely, I have. I imagine they were delicious, nutritious, almost uniquely so. The After all, they were designed for you. So, yes, she was looking at everything. At first I thought it was the location they were grown in, that the mushrooms from the aviary, from the labs, or from the grove different to each other. What I have come to understand is that it is the person growing them. Well, that's very interesting, isn't it? I mean, mushrooms are a bit weird. Are they that weird, though? The Matsutake and Girol caps you brought me are totally unique, containing compounds never usually found in similar specimens in my possession. Many of these compounds aren't even digestible for humans, but for a sleeper like you. Cool, this is just for sleepers, huh? Okay. And we are now where they have planted a bunch of species. Back when the tide turned, when the Greenway started to recover, we all felt something, a response. It was as if this place was not just alive as a force is alive, but alive in other ways. Communicative, responsive. We shrugged it off at the time, but now I understand why. This place is responding to us, adapting itself to us. It is growing fruiting bodies for you, for me. It is adapting, changing. It is, in short, displaying all the signs of sentience. Oh, are you saying I'm eating mushrooms with a mind? Because now I feel bad about it. So, okay, how the hell is that working? That is what I wish to know too. What being is in control here? Well, could it be a gardener? When you have been growing the Euros and the Massatukis in the aviary, those species so familiar to the Greenway, have you discovered any others? Well, yes. Okay, I should like to see those. Please bring me some next time you are here. Well, I have them right now. There is a species of mushroom that I haven't seen in years. It is dark, short-shaped like a club. Could it be the clubhead caps? We first found it in those early days when we were working to save this place. It was around the time that we started to lose our first members. We were succumbing to some infections, some mold growing deep in the dark mulch that around this place. At that point we thought we were lost, and then these mushrooms emerged from the same black mold. Tested them and saw that they contained some compounds that counteracted with the mold. They contain an antidote. Of course, as a botanist, I saw this as part of the natural processes of this ecosystem, even if the timescales seemed absurdly short. What I'm wondering is if that antidote was a gift. Perhaps if you are patient, you will receive your gift to Sleeper. And then we just sit and wonder. I mean, I have met the gardener, so there's something there, definitely. Okay, we do Rico for now. How many do you want? Only 3, I hope. Yes! Haha! Oh, that is very lucky. 3 club heads, huh? So that's why you didn't want them before, because you literally didn't think that I would even have them. But I did. I have come prepared. I am a mycologist expert, after all. Rico, we're back. Hello, it's good to see you. This little project of ours has been keeping me awake the past few cycles, but right now, well, I think I have something. Okay, what is it? Don't, she's not gonna rest, don't worry. And this is something I extracted from those clubheads you've been bringing me. And according to my analysis, it is a substance totally unique to the Greenway. Cool. It might be stabilizer. You aren't the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. And I just thought, well, I just wanted you to trust us. Okay, what do you mean exactly? We came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken section near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of this strange person wandering in from open vacuum. They were quieter than you and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune. I only really spoke to them once while I was working on their wounds along with a couple of systems engineers. I've never seen a body like that before. I took some readings, some samples. What samples? You have to understand, I was curious. I didn't know what I was looking at. Just took a little of the damaged materials, less than a thumbnail. Exactly, they were gone. We took a little food and hiked towards the wild margins where the Greenway meets the wastes. Someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared into the undergrowth. Yeah, okay, would those have come from the Winter Wonderland or whatever the hell that was called? Maybe. So when I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here rather than let you disappear into wherever they ended up. Yes, I wanted to understand this place better, but I also wanted to help you. It seems that somehow both my wishes have come true at once. So this is for you. Take the stabilizer. Thank you. Well, okay, how is this possible? Those clubhead caps made it for you, or at least who or whatever made those club heads. It was right there, contained in their tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. Learn enough from the sleeper to know that your body, your frame it is, runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology that has a time limit built in. Somehow the Greenway knows that too. It understands your physiology much better than I ever could. It knows how to treat you. Just like that miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, so too has this sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you, it is welcoming you. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it to be true. Here's the evidence. And what I also know is that it is no longer speaking to me. Even after the decades here, I have never seen this kind of response. Not since the antidote so many cycles ago. So I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many clubbers as you like, I'll slightly stabilize it and give you freely, but you have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, into it, on what being is at the center of it. Travel as far as I can, I need you to do the rest. Can you do that? Sure, I love that you can stay silent. Yes. Well, we're not staying silent. Thank you, she says. I'm sorry for the other sleeper, true I am. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more, but I'm so glad I met you. You're welcome here any time. And then, right, yes, she looks smaller now, more fragile. You realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. That is true. And I idle a bit, and okay, he's just quiet, etc., etc. So now I have a upgrade. That's lovely. And now what we can do is plant a seed. The only way to understand what gardener gave you is to grow it. So this is basically okay. I have skipped some steps here. Yes, we should probably not have done this before. Should have, would have, could have. But like, yes, here we go. We're gonna plant the seed that I already got. I'll take good care of it, don't worry. So how long is that gonna take? That is gonna take, what is that? 6? It says 6 cycles? 8 cycles, bloody hell. But yes, now here we can add, wow. That is, well, I say it's not much, it's still a bit. It's like we need to grow the things because I am not 100. Yeah, this is not random, that's the point. That is the point. We have some money. I am gonna actually do this because I have a way to get enough that we can do some good work here. By which I mean aviary, whack. No, not that. Oh, oh. Well, alright then. Let us go here and just pay for. So no, don't barter for food. That's a stupid thing. That is only 2 for 13 when I can go to Envious and get 3 for 12. I don't have any dice, so I can't do any thingamajigs. That is to say, I can't sunbathe. So there we go. Do that. Now we sleep over here. Now we sleep over here. Still have 5 dice. We're gonna do some work on the mushrooms. Does that just come back now? Was I a bit stupid now getting the spores? Do I not need the spores anymore? Maybe I was a bit stupid there. But I have 3s that I can... That's not how you pick it. I have 3s. Start action. Can get lucky. Did not get lucky. Only got 0 caps as well. There we go. There's some clubbers and a certified plus. And there we go. So I can literally now go here, whack that in, and get a whole other staple. That is very good. Okay. Now in the aviary, what's happening now then? Now, yeah, see, it is that way. I do need to feed. Okay, good. I didn't waste die on anything. So do that. I think I do no work though. So, if we look at here, how much money do we make here? That is energy 16. 16 is fine. Let's reroll. Wabam. There we go. So that's 32. I don't know if this is like the best or something, but it is good. There we go. And I don't need to Right now, I'm doing good, but like, where are we going with everything? Again, what am I doing right now? I suppose I do want to continue. Oh, sorry, that's fine. I know the Haifa commune likes me, but like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna steal some energy from you. Oh, sorry. There we go. I need to do it. There we go. I'm thinking Arabia. Pretty sure that Arabia's little thing is a thing that I haven't done. What was I able to do here? Right operator, that's for money. Random, right, I can steal things. I don't need to steal things. That seems silly. No, Arabia, we can do things. Both of these, right, but I don't want to do that, but because, yes, exactly. So just keep on doing this. Just gonna actually really do this cycle. We're gonna add all of this in here. This is so slow, we need so much. But I'm getting a whole bunch of scrap components which I can sell, which is nice. Oh, hello. Okay, as you see, your goodbyes to the other forces. Chirruping catches my attention. You're quite a quarter away from the main thoroughfare. Someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall. Ooh, is it Sabine, maybe? You peel away from the wall as you trigger some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper, it is Sabine. I've seen you with the other gang members. Are they holding you captive now too? No. I'm doing this by my own volition, don't worry. I'm sorry if I have dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang, some kind of power struggle. Ooh. I take over Yadagan, that would be cool. I will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of their properties at the right time. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. I do not remember our deal, but sure. You stand at the recorder, processing what you have just heard. Here's Sabine's voice again, opens up something inside of you. An SNRP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. Yeah, I mean, just because she was SNRP doesn't mean that she was like fully in on it. People still need to, you know, work to get food on the table, you know. I don't know. You send a recorder into a nearby waste chute. Yes. So we get a little bit of like halfway point sort of a thing. Lovely. I do want to do this. I want to go in and find a Yadagon agent. Thank you. Because even if I can get stabilizers from mushrooms, I can also get stabilizers from Mr. What was it called? Caster. And I'll keep them for now, though, just in case. With that, we are looking super solid. And on this occasion, I've completely ignored the side reel. I have done that one. I kind of want to do it anyway, specifically considering I did help Lemon Mina. You get money too. It's true. I'm not going to focus on the side reel. Not right now. I'm going to focus on Arabia. For now, at least. And I have so many stabilizers. Well, it's only two, I suppose. Oh, hello. Ah, it's Moritz. I'm ready. Yes, grand finale. Okay. So, alright then, we're in business. This has to work. If it doesn't, okay. Is this okay? Well, I don't think so, but she isn't hiding. I don't think so, but she isn't hiding that from anyone. Okay, fine. Look, Bliss has had a rough time of it. I thought all of you all people understand that. And then, sorry, I didn't mean to. Bliss is a good one. She gave me a chance. I owe her. You do. I know you have your own things going on, Sleeper. We all do. But the Bay needs someone. Bliss needs someone. Hell, I need someone to help me keep Bliss from spinning out completely. And otherwise, there is not much I can do. I would hate not to pay back my debts. Oh, you have a debt to a bit. I gotta get back. I'm out. See you up there. Yes, fine. Arabia, you shall have to wait. We are definitely doing this. It's a failed once, and I don't want to fail the third one, the important one. So, what do we have? We have solar sails and untangle the sails. Okay, so we have a They're all repeatable. This one does more, apparently. It is interface plus I have, so that's fine. What is this? Wait, hold on. Read and ready, that's... Oh, bloody hell, there's a lot of them. Okay. But what is this? Select the launch window for a starboard vector of maiden voyage is closing. This is going to be a tight... Oh, I have 6 cycles to do all of this. Wish I had more... Wish I had more interface, not gonna lie. Can I get more interface, I wonder? Because I have points, don't I? I have 1 point. That is not enough. Well, actually, fine. You know what? No. Okay, I am working on it. Yes, that's true, but like, yes. I do have the option to... Oh, that was a good reroll. It is a safe one. That is a thing. Which means that we can just keep on working and hopefully get positive. But even if we don't get positive, it's actually fine. I'm assuming if we get negative, we get like 1 or something. So you know what, even in 1 cycle, I'm already almost halfway there. So fine. We're helping Bliss out. This is also one of those things that I am not sure that I've done. So this is kind of cool. Yep, nothing else. We are going to roll with 4 dice. I mean, with all the upgrades that I have right now, it all feels quite good. Like we have the option, bloody hell. Oh, those are good. Oh, those are good. I'm not gonna lie. Those are some seriously good dice right there. Good rolls, good rolls. We even... I don't really have anything that I mean, I don't have a reason to do this, do I? Now hold on. So even... Oh, never mind. If I get a negative, I actually lose, even if it's a safe one. Because it only affects this one, it doesn't affect me, I suppose that means. Whereas this one actually has a negative impact on my energy. Right. Okay, but that's fine. Because I am going to be able to get a 3. I'm going to get a 3. I'm going to get a 3. And you know what? I am going to re-roll this one. Fine, a 3 for a 3. Let's hopefully not get a negative. Thank you, neutral. That is good. That means that we are basically done. It is more to it. We should go to Memphis and say hello to my bestest mushroom friend. Hello, mushroom friend. Let's get that going. Go home, we sleep. All of a sudden the game is going quite fast through the cycles. Which is interesting, I suppose. So. Go. The dice is fine. We do not need to reroll anything. We can use the 6 in order to get this done. And Bliss is going to be super happy with me. Here we go. We are done. Hello, Bliss. Exhausted, blind, sore, and aching ideas. Yes, that is what we are. Sleeper, that was incredible. I just on the arm. I never thought we were going to make it. Those idiots tangled the whole thing up like nothing I've ever seen. It kind of feels weird that you would have a situation where you could tangle these things up. That seems stupid. Indeed, we do make a good team. And she smiles a winning smile. As the locks in her door clunks open, Morris gives a rare whoop. He looks exhausted too, and for a good reason. Cool, Sleeper, Bliss, impressive. When I saw that ship come in, I thought there was no way. Why, thank you, Moritz, for believing in us. You know what I mean. Take the compliment, damn it. Here. There was some gear, etc. I think you should be one to do the honors, she says to me. I don't want to jinx it. Okay, I shall check the console first. Right over to the console and check the screen. It takes a second to see what you're doing through the crack display. There it is. Almost 1,000 cryo set in the base transfer account. Well, have we been screwed again? It's there, the very modest approach, or we did it! Great success. No, that's not what my character does. My character is very stoic. So Bliss kicks off from the floor and spins up into the base, shouting as she does. The noise takes Morris by surprise, and he knocks a rack of parts, scattering handfuls of metals fixings across the bay. Kinda looks like glitter. Lovely. Sorry, I needed that. Yes, you did. Morris even managed to sell the produce. We made a tiny profit. eventually. Here, she throws a sack of blank sheets into the terminal and transfers a chunk of the cryo to them. That is your cut. Lovely, thank you for believing in this place even when I couldn't. So I spent 80 cryo. What am I getting out of it? When you first met me, I was on the edge of giving up. All it would have taken was one more push, but now this place is sparking again. Work is coming in, there are funds and accounts, even Morris has a spring in his step. Sounds like he's like the oldest person in the world. Even old Morris is up and about. That's because of you. He likes you. Okay, well, what's up with Morris actually? But why is he always so quiet? I'm not so sure. He doesn't much like to talk about himself, that one. You know, he came here looking to rob the place? Ooh, see, now that's a debt he has to pay. So I gave him a job instead. Don't tell him I told you that. I just thought it might help you understand the kid. Well, okay, are you gonna be okay then? Sounds like it. Always. From here on out, it's going to be a little easier. We want to look for some component contract stuff that will keep us inside the bay, not out in the black. Don't need to risk our necks if we don't need to. Want to cash out? That's fine, but there will always be work for you here when you need it. I shall be back. She smiles and then, out of nowhere, quickly gives you a hug. But ain't that lovely? Take care. You too. Indeed. Sleeper? Huh? Don't spend that all at once. I get 300. Lovely. And an upgrade point, which means that no, we cannot do that. I am thinking about actually go +2 here. And now, presumably, yeah, that's gonna come back, but we don't have to do it. It's basically like the ones in the beginning area. So that's all good. We've done that. Now, Arabia, yes. The side reel, but who cares about the side reel at this point in time? I just want to quickly check in the greenway. Where are we? We are 3 out. Yes, okay, 3 out, that's fine. That means back to Arabia. Back to Arabia, and I'm pretty damn sure that I've never done this, like, fully. So, let's do a 3, because that goes up to a 2, sorry, a 5. That was a neutral, that's fine. Reroll dice, and there we go. 6s. Still only gives me 1, but it does give me definitely scrap components. I have so much scrap components. I should probably actually go and sell some. And I do that. Or exchange, right? Yes. Sell. How much do I get? I get 12. 12 is 12, I suppose. Especially considering that I did, like, just work for it anyway. So there we go. Do a bit of that. I don't need to eat right now, which means that we simply go to bed. I don't think we have anything else to do, right? Flotilla, again, we don't care about that. Enter the greenway, we're waiting for that. Build a home. Could do that. I could do that simply for the point, I suppose. The upgrade point, but we'll see. We'll see. There we go. New day emerges, or cycle as it is called in here. Arabia, we're gonna keep on bringing in the dollars, and actually we're not gonna get it done here. Bit of extra scrap. Couldn't just pay me in actual cryo. No. That would be weird, wouldn't it? This one should indeed be the final one. Arabia is now happy with me. Let's chat with Arabia. Is it you that want to take over? Can I wrestle that from you? We'll see. So we find Arabia stood in almost bare shadowy unit, midway through a sequence of stretches. There are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner, but it seems that most of the space is taken up by heavy punching bag, etc. Arabia turns to greet you. You realize she's missing an arm. Oh, right, yeah, we can see that she has a cybernetic one here. So updates, nothing to worry yourself with. Sure, yeah, terminal, etc. Of course, I shall be cordial. Sit, she says. She is crossing a leg on top and sitting straight back. Gia told me you have been doing the rounds, collecting tides, patrolling the ward. When you say collecting tides, really? Isn't that like a protection racket, really? But you're calling it tides? Some of the enforcers are impressed, and I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. Well, I just wanted to check out Yadagan for myself. See what for yourself? Well, how a gang operates. She doesn't want to be called a gang, so maybe don't say that, if the stories are true. Well, you know what? Fair and true. Can I actually trust you? I see the conclusion. Well, you know what? I'm a bit on the fence on that one. Well, Sleeper, please keep us updated on any progress. Yes, joking aside, I know that for you, life on the eye has been a struggle. Well, you don't bloody say. But I hope we can do something about that from here on onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you two are a refugee. That is why you have come to us. And there's Sabine. Hello, Sabine. Enough reading, as she says, or they say, I suppose. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. Across the room, Raven's baton in their hand. Wait. Does Sabine have Rabia's baton? Interesting. Rabia looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two. Nope, not at all. This is one of those situations where I suppose staying silent would be a good option, but no. Again, we're not really trusting Sabine that much. And, ooh, right. So Sabine really wanted us to be on their side, but I am saying that, you know what, we didn't really talk about this. And that is true. Like, she can't be surprised that I would say that. We have not talked about this, so they cannot be surprised by it. Reba takes this opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool and, fading past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, plunging the crackling end of the baton towards the chest. Okay, well, I shall say stop, though. We shall come to an amicable conclusion here. Then you support them, Rabi asks you. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. No. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead and spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. So, explain. They both look at you, still catching your breath. Explain what she says. How the moment I call, my enforcers will come. How the moment I call, my enforcers will come down here and take them away. You're lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. She's a bit angry. She's angry. Sabine lifts themselves a little bruised from the fall. They roll onto the side and cough. Raby gives us some space. Case, we're chill right now. You have something to say, Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, no coming back. What's the point? Sabine says. She refuses to listen to criticism of the great Yadagan project. Speak. Is it me or Sabine you're directing this to? Okay, maybe Sabine, because Sabine says that Yannick is a traitor. Bloody traitor. Rabia immediately finishes, her eyes going to a prosthetic arm. Ooh. Okay, some history there maybe. Okay, when I came here from S01E03, they glanced at you, yes. It was Yannick who was one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sleeper, they say to me. I know that I should have told you I worked for S01E03 long ago, but I thought that you would abandon me. You are my final friend. We're not friends. What the hell are you saying? We barely know each other. You just gave me some medicine, and that's about it. What you should know is that I left S01E03 because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on to press. S01E03 wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabi interrupts. The Sleeper knows you are S01E03. I told them, and while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Well, yes, how else would she have known about it? Rabia, get with the program, damn it. So it is true, yes. I mean, okay, they're acting a bit weird right now, both of them. But it is Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of S01E03. Okay, plot twist. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me up. Change. Okay, just tell us for God's sake. I agree, in exchange for those. Okay, the prosthetic arm. He has been using Yadagan forces using you as test subject for S01E03 technology. I have the data to prove it. He has been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending it back to its makers. We have been Right, yes, this is something we learned when we were like checking through their terminal or something. There was something about the data thing. When we were when we were collecting the Yadigan data the first time, yes. Okay, so Raby is starting to chill out even more. And then there's this slate, it's all here, thousands of hours of usage, data, failure rates, error dumps. These are untested implants, Rabia. They could short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. Have they? Okay. Yes, they have. Gotcha. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I have tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. Okay, so some people probably died. Or maybe she was mentioning, or they were mentioning Rabia's arm here. So Rabia wants to see it. So when we leave much later, Sabine is still talking to Rabia through the manifest and usage data. Both of them crowd around the terminal. And as I leave, Sabine catches my eye. Something passes between us. Something like a thank you or sorry, sure. Okay, so we have now 3 days, is it? 3 cycles. Now I do have a promise I can get +3 for interface. Cool, and then after that I'll just do whatever I think. Right. With that, we're waiting for that, and if we go over to the Greenway now, we have, you know what, I'm gonna go to the point where this thing is done, because I want to see what the hell happens with the seed. We don't need to do that, we can do something. Aviary. You know what, we'll try to have a +2. Also, just chance it, neutral. Yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. That is Matsudaki's. So yes, we're gonna sleep for 2 cycles. Not obviously immediately, but like we're gonna do 2 cycles. Because I want to see you about the seed. I want to see what happens with it. It's that I have never done. With that 6. I actually do I plunge some into the side reel? Because like right now, not a whole lot left. Okay, you know, okay, fine. Hold on. What is it that I need for the bloody house? The derelict unit. What do I need? I need 4 of these. That's fine. Okay, I didn't really care about it, but I suppose why not, eh? Like, why wouldn't I if I had the things? Just do it. Just do it. And also still have a shipwright or shipwright core that I don't even know what to do with. So there we go. We have got ourselves a thing, and now we need to seal the unit. See, and this is where we did this. Right, I wouldn't mind getting Endure up to +2 areas now. Oh. Risky. I mean, energy is fine. That's okay. I am okay with that if that comes badly. We have a 1. How about we locate a Yadigan Agent? Ooh, now I can have 2. Oh. Or 3, maybe I should say total. That is nice. So good to know that I can have to choose as well, not just 1s and 3s. So that's that done. A little bit of work on that. No, not leave. We're gonna go sleep, and then we're gonna check the seed. See what happens with the seed. Yes, not where I need to be. I need to be here. We're gonna roll with 3 dice for now. That's fine. So yes, I'm gonna actually end the stream. Yes, that is a fine point. Leave, and there we go. So. Something in her hands, not a twist of woody stems, a ring about the circumference of a human head. That is a big one. Single stalk on one side and a branch woven network on the other. It looks like a crown. Hey, really? You can see it as well as I, and that is what it appears to be. The seed grew right back into itself, twisted up out of the soil. That being you encountered in the cloud, as you call it, was it wearing one of these? Yeah, I see suspiciously. It doesn't work like that, Rico. Perhaps wearing was the wrong word. Okay, she places the object on the bench, shuffles to her analysis terminal. Well, it isn't exactly a plant anyway, not from what I can tell. No leaves, no chloroplasts, just a series of filaments encased in cellulose walls. Okay, filaments, that's like, well, plastic in some way. See, that's why I like you, Sleeper. You are so good at spotting the unusual. You just said it yourself. Look at this. You see a cross-section scan of the crown as layers of plant-like structure in you until you reach the center. Instead of xylem and phlegm, for transporting nutrients, something branched and woven in place. Ooh, metal maybe? In part, yes, Enrico says. They seem to contain metal, perhaps absorbed from the station itself. But you see those branches? They remind me of dendrites, of neurons, which is frankly ridiculous. Look back at the crown of the table as Enrico fusses over the scans, and you suddenly realize what it reminds you of. You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. Then you remember the crown they fitted you with, the branching structures of wires and pads. Well, not a crown, they call it an interface. The tool of your emulation, your transference from neurons to electrons, an interface. That is your gift from the gardener. It's an interface. She looks at me puzzled. Something clicks in her mind, perhaps something she heard from the sleeper she had helped all those cycles ago. If the clubbers were made for you, then this too could be made for you for your frame. Okay, interesting. You're right, that entity, it is the entity I have been looking for. They are the entity which is controlling the Greenway, which has been maintaining it, supporting it, and has been guiding it for all these decades. They want to talk with you. I will be there, Sleeper. If something happens, if you wish me to remove the crown, the interface, just squeeze. Oh, do we do this immediately? You meet her eyes clouded with age, but bright with the thrill of new discoveries. Hey, yes, we do. Okay, fine. We do this. So back into the river, back into the dark flow, but something is different now. You're no longer pushed, no longer blocked and buffeted by the storm. Instead, it flows around you. You move and it parts, letting you pass. Something else resists, but it gives easily enough. You look back and see your body you have left behind somewhere. Rico's voice is talking to you, asking you questions. It is excited, eager, desperate to know what lies on the other side of what entity has to say to you. You realize how long she has waited for this moment, for the moment of meeting between the inhabitants of the Greenway and its protector, and yet she is still on the outside. Shake off the sadness, you will be her eyes, and you see the figure, Gardener, out in the storm, planting. It takes less than a moment to reach them. You have never felt so free. This is how Navigator must have felt, released from their prison. I do like that they... Well, yes, we couldn't have gotten to this without the Navigator, that's true. This, you think, is what it feels like to be in a place you were built to inhabit. Gardener does not turn at your approach, they go on planting, but their voice whispers in the waters like a sharply rising current. You grew the gift? Good. I'm glad. Okay, well, I wanted to meet you. Then we are the same. Both eager to shoot, seeking one another. How does it feel to be free? Seed. What do you mean, my seed? That in which you were contained, for which you grew. There was some disagreement, continues Gardeners, with the others. They felt you were danger. They are always cautious, especially the fungi. They like old loam, known gnomes, wide and stable networks. You mean the fungi was cautious? Mostly yes, although there are many among their numbers who favor short growth cycles, thick nutrient veins and sudden shifts. Yes, you're out in the storm, and though you cannot see them, you feel your presence all around. So you're saying that all of those little things are actually fungi? Or other plants too, maybe? After all, they understood that it was I who made them their crowns, and without them, they would not have joined the chorus. So they see that it's only fair that you get your chance to join too. Join? I don't want to become a fungus. Yes, become part of this. We are millions and we grow. Oh, this is becoming a hive mind thing all of a sudden. I hope you understand. I'm unused to speaking to your kind. It has been many cycles since my last conversation. I think it was with Chief Executive Trellick himself. Okay. Name dropping, huh? You look around and you see it. Every growing thing, every non-human being is here. They are networked. Yes, indeed. Impossible dream of senile farm and administration AI, a living network, yes. You couldn't solve here, you realize, free of that decaying body. You wouldn't need to be a person. Why would you among all these other minds? You turn away from the garden for a moment and look back at your body. A tiny hairline thread connects it to you. Mariko's there. Are you okay, sleeper? What are they saying? Still there? Something in you sighs, a long sigh. A sigh that speaks of an exhaustion beyond tiredness, an exhaustion rooted deep inside you. It stems from the effort of answering questions, of answering problems. But something else resists the sigh, a yearning, a sense of distance, a desire to squeeze that hand that holds you for its warmth, its blood, its complexity. Well, yes, to make a gesture that says I'm still here, still alive. Your idea spin with you, making you nauseous. If you break that thread, you will be free, free to dissolve here, to grow strange and beautiful among a million others. If you follow it, if you squeeze Rico's hand, you will wake up back in the dying body with all the pain and worth that entails. Now is the moment to choose. Is this one of the ends of the game? Because it bloody well sounds like it, and it doesn't feel like the most interesting one to me. It is one for sure. Well, let's say for sure. I don't know. But no. No. I do not wish to become a mushroom. I shall, better be careful now. Follow, break, be free, follow, go back, follow. Your eyes track the thread across the whirling dark back to your body. This choice you realize will not be presented again. I shall keep following. You don't look back a corner, you don't dare risk it. Instead you follow the thread delicately, carefully, like a diver following their lifeline back to the surface. The river whirls around you, but it doesn't pull, it isn't jealous. Neither does it understand it. It is, after all, just a river. It isn't a person, a flesh and blood person with wants, with desires and the capacity of love and hate. It doesn't understand you, and you don't understand it. You don't focus on it, you don't think about it, on what feels like such a long journey back through the dark. Set your minds and eyes instead, and hands, things you can focus and hold on to. And after an age of crossing, you are there, settling back into the chair, into a body in a chair, and the overwhelming sensations that come with being a living thing with a rich and detailed sensorium. For a moment you feel like you have made a terrible mistake. Who would choose this weight, this anxiety? Well, I mean, it's real. Like real. But then you feel it. Rico's hand gripped hard around yours, trembling a little, sweating a little. Rico's hand with its brittle bones and crumpled skin. Rico's hand. And in that moment you understand why you made this choice, and then you squeeze Rico's hand and you wake up. Yeah, oh. Not only was it... oh, okay. Well, that caught me a bit by surprise. But also very, very eloquently timed by me that it would end right here. Okay. But I suppose I have to talk about what I like this game. Okay, apart from the end, really, I say apart from the end, I mean that the end caught me by surprise, like a whole lot by surprise. I thought I didn't make a choice to end the game. Instead, I just did, apparently. So what was the end? The end was that I chose to remain a sleeper? Not become a mushroom? That seems like a weird ending to me. But that was it. So you know what? I was pretty close when I played this the last time, because it was I have done more than what I did then, but not a whole lot more. But I'm happy that I have now. So that is the end of the third stream since I've started streaming. Man, time flies already. And I have an idea for the next game that I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to continue doing series-based streaming. That is to say, I won't just do like one game here, one game there. I'm going to do proper series, like I did with this one. But I feel moderately confident in what I have tested out here, because after... Okay, oh, no, wait, what? What's going on? Wait, what the hell? No, it's not over. Wait, what's going on exactly? Why did it throw up a whole bunch of end credits and then Well, okay then, fine, we continue a bit. Sleeper is still with me. I am here. Good, I thought you left me for a moment. What? She possesses who? Tell me about it. Okay, I shall tell her everything. You tell her about the gardener, the strange farm administrator, about the chorus, possible configuration of network plans, etc. And indeed the choice. She listens attentively, but her responses are hard to read. Thank you, Sleeper, for telling me. I know it isn't easy to say such things. People so often do not wish to hear strange truths. And thank you for returning to me, though I know you had your own reasons. Something passes between you then, a kind of shared sadness for the impossible choice, the choice to escape your body. Her smile is warm and generous, and whatever the wisdom of your choice, you are glad to feel welcome in this moment, in this place. Then suddenly she stands and walks a little way, as if trying to escape an unpleasant thought. So, Sleeper, do you plan to stay in the commune with us? Well, for a while maybe? I'm glad to hear it. Hyphen needs new blood if he wants to survive, and you are a good friend. Well, the feeling is mutual, Rico. Well, don't let me keep you. As she does, going back to her terminal, the crown in her hand, she places it on the bench with great care. You can't help but feel a little bit curious about what she intends to do with it. And then you're out, the dapple light makes a patchwork of the greening landscape as you walk in, etc. You're glad to be here in this strange and beautiful place a little longer. So the game isn't over? Like, why would you throw up... Why did you throw up the end credits and then just throw it back into the game? Because doesn't this mean I can keep doing things? I mean, I still have these things. Now I'm a bit undecided what I want to do. Because we still have stuff. We still have Arabia. But now I kind of feel like it should just end the series, as it were. It's like I mean, that... What are we waiting for here? Enemy. What I'm saying is that if I continue streaming this in next week, there's gonna be like 20 minutes left of game time. Which is fine, I can do that, but like... Alright, fine, we're gonna keep going. Okay, I can go on a little bit longer. The side reel, I don't care about the side reel. I can tell you what happens with the side reel. The side reel gets built, and you don't get a ticket. And that's basically it. I don't know if there's a way to get a ticket, but that is basically what happened. We were stood there thinking, we did such a great job. Let's see if I can get out. And it was like... If I remember correctly, it almost wasn't even a random selection. It was like specific people who got it or something like that. I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is that while we wait for Arabia and Sabine to do their thing, we can get this little place to stay in patched up. I'm not sure, was there anything more, or do we just now have it? I do believe we just now have it, so now we just have a free place, well, another place. It's just so pointless, because I still have this. I suppose, yes, there could be ways that basically means that you, since we're in the place that we are in the game, I'm just gonna do this. I also have money to buy more of those, so it's fine. And you know what, Memphis, as I just said, I have money. Memphis, I need some mushrooms. But what I was going to say was that yes, there could potentially be ways to literally not have a place to sleep, and I think that is why you have the place where you can spend money. Like as a very last resort or something. Right, so what do we have left here? Okay. Sabine and Arabia together. Sleeper, what good timing, says Arabia. I wanted to introduce you to someone. Oh. It's Yannick. So what are we doing here? So Sleeper, there's Yannick. Okay, Arabia, what's up? The Sleeper has been running patrols in the ward. They know how we run things. He raises an eyebrow. Actually, the Sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. What's going on here? Okay then. One, I'd like to recommend them to your board. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. It's a mess of Rabby. Ooh, Abby, huh? I can use them, sure. Here, I can immediately... 1 second. You get to work, Sleeper? Okay, what kind of work? A question. Nothing new for you, not the answers. You don't follow. What is he saying? That concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. Here. Good, I know you'll be happy with their work, Jan, says Arabia. Sure, Rabbi. Now please, let us old friends get back to it. Okay, what the hell is going on? Deep in conversation, etc. So what do we do now, then? I have a new drive, because bloody hell, of course, I have expose Yannick. Getting... Oh, this is... See, it's just this left now in the game, and well, okay, fine, you know what? I just noticed that it's +3 for perfect, and I have +2 here, so you literally do this right here, right now. I am gonna venture a reroll. Thank you. So that actually, okay, that went quick, I suppose. No, oh, yes, okay, fine. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time. Sleeper! Arabia says sorry. Sabine says, she says you don't have time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you got plenty by now. Earn his trust, work the block, and then we need you to get into his office. Ooh, it's risky, but obviously you're the only one of us that doesn't, he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to S01E03. Arabia says be careful. Sure, the data suggests there's some relay processing the implant data and sending it to S01E03, but we can't lock down its position. Either he's moving it, or it's moving itself, or it is rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some detail on his office. Once he trusts you, which he does, you should be able to get close enough to get in the office. You only get one shot. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. Sleeper, I'm sorry too. Be safe, sure. So what is it that we need in order to be able to do that? It is find the relay. I have a 6. This is 100% done. Like so. You look at the countermeasure of the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you grab the drawer, you'd likely have thousands of volts running through your system right now, but I didn't. Once you find your anchor points, it comes away easily enough. Nothing in the corridor, all clear. You slide your drawer open, looking for another countermeasure that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay. But as you slip it open, all you see is a handful of wires. And cradle, implant cradle, is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, unsure what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick had an implant, a small plate on the side of his head. Okay. Those shimmering glasses of his comes back to you and you remember his strange movements. Ah. So even he has proprietary technology from S01E03. So Arabia said the relay moved, that they could get a fix on it. So yes, Yannick's the relay. Thought he'd like a shock. Yannick with a remote relay implanted in his head. Okay. Is he even in control, or has S01E03 wormed his way into the man? Probably with cut strings, sort of. Time to cut Yannick's strings then. You reach around the side, cradle and find it, remote connection. This, you pause for a moment, then you squeeze it, snap it from the frame, and it crumbles, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the screams, and you're already on. Oh, did we do not just Yannick, did we do every single Yannick person with anything? Okay, then onto the walkway where Yannick lies still. Enforcers get around and abused. Okay, no, not all the enforcers. I'm gonna approach, because why not? You push to the crowd, there he is, crumple. You arrange him, why would I do that? Lie down properly, okay, fine. Okay, you wonder how long he has been like this, a puppet? Yes. Maybe Yannick the man is a long time gone. You place hand on his chest, you're sorry for him, but it's done now, and you did not kill him. Seen enough, the connection is cut, it's gone, your anger is hardcore in your chest, and all its focus on S01E03 because they are bastards. kind of want to be done with all of this now, not gonna lie. You know what? We're gonna be done. Hopefully this is not a whole lot more. Hopefully we don't have to deal with ballists and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna just do this. I'm gonna make sure that I have the energy. I don't even have to do that I realize, because I can literally just do it here. Bam. There we go. And the cycle, I'm just gonna... I do want to finish up with this one, and then we're gonna be done. Ah, this game throws a few things at you, I got you. Just keep sunbathing, very lovely. Oh, no, okay, more it's good to see hard, etc. Continue, yes, no bliss, more work, yes, you should not believe it, cutting the whole... I'm sorry, I don't care about this one anymore. Massive job, for the love of God. Okay, fine. I don't really care about this. I don't really have good rolls either. I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, that is terrible. Okay. Sleeper. Ankita! Okay, that's cool. The idea of seeing Ankita when you enter a room would have seemed unlikely to you. What are you doing here? I'll ask you the same thing. So this, what is this? Come to avenge Ashton or a sleeper? No. Don't wanna fight. Don't want you here. You better ready to decide. Oh, because I've got my best repair tech coming and everything is a bit awkward. Oh, Sleeper, you're already here, Miss Cassetta. Ankita Cassetta, huh? This is the tech I was telling you about. Best on the... Oh, you know each other. You work together, yes. I think it's eager to get started as I am. Yes. Thank you, and everything is okay with the special payment. All fine. It's the special payment. Look, Sleeper, nothing I have to tell you. It's exactly a typical job. It doesn't have any shits to pay us with a special agreement. Even... Oh. And put down, I haven't told Morris. You just want to break it to him. Don't you tell him either. Okay. Very protective, I've noticed. Okay. He said it for the Starwood belt, and that's where I'm headed. I also want to ask if you'd like to accompany us. Oh. Well, now I'm... Damn it. Could be cool, but no, I can't. Stop it. Morris will take over the bay. Cool, go away. Think about it anyway. The berth is here. Yes. So is it the ambergris that's here now then? Yes, the ambergris is here. What is it that we're doing? Disarm amber. Okay, right. We don't want weapons in there. Well. I'll chuck one in. I'll chuck one in. Then we're gonna come back down. Right, so that would be... Yeah, one of the ways to avoid Maywick was to literally leave the station, and that presumably is the way out. So you help those people. But that is... even do that. Oh, there's a stray here. Right, I forgot about that. Here, there's a stray here. A cat. Give the cat some stuff. And I am... Oh, okay, yes, it's a cat. Yes, hello cat. What's the cat story? What's a cat? Okay, approach the stray. Okay, get a moment to chill out. Yes. Were you born here? Why am I talking to a cat? The cat can't talk to me. I am gonna skip a bunch of this now, I'm sorry. This is just, yes, it's a cat. We like cats in games, we do, but still, I don't care about the ambergris. I'm just hoping that this is the final part with Yannick, and I'm done with it after this. So, yep, not the best dice in the world. Let's see what happened. Hello, Rebia. She's been like this. Okay, hammering a thing, heavy bag. Okay, is she okay? Just angry, we all are, but you have to remember she knew Yannick for a long time. The Sorp did. Rebia stops punching in the silence. You can hear her breathing hard. A lot has changed between them, I suppose. They hooked him up like a puppet and rigged that thing in his head so they could control him. He pushed the old Yannick out. I don't know why he let them in, but it's a lesson. Don't let them in. Yannick shouldn't deal with corporations, and we never will again. At least Yannick's death has been treated as natural. There's a chance we come back from this that Yannick can hold up, but there are opportunists trying to take control. Yes, says Sabine, but now the connection has been broken. I've been looking at removing the trackers from the implants in Jatigan's enforcers. It's a significant job, but I think with time I can do the surgeries. Those surgeries will never happen if Jatigan collapses, says Arabia. True. Okay, what now then? Well, Sabine says I want to help fix this mess if I can. There's the implants and I want to return to the surgery. The doctors. What I understand now is that Jatigan can be something if we want it to be. I'm here from as an art from the core worlds. All I saw was a gang. With Jatigan keeping them on a tight leash. Raven believes and I want that belief. I also want to be done with SNARP, but I doubt they're done with me. Okay, so are you cool? Yes, Sleeper. Isn't that obvious? I've been wanting to say. Sorry I didn't tell you where I came from. I know I've apologized before, but I want to again, properly. I leaked the data on the Sleeper program. It was to try to help people like you. But after all the cycles here, being pushed down, pushed around, trying to survive, all that got away from me. So when you turned up, it shook me up. Ooh, but I ended up here, so yes, of course, these are the last of the case. Ooh, more vials, you can have them, thank you. After these last few, I don't know what we can do, but the SNR connection broken. I know there are other ways, repairs, other pharmaceuticals. I even heard there are some labs out there. Anyway, we can help. Yes, thank you. Okay, cool, go away. Yes, hello Arabia, what are you two plotting? And Sabine laughs a bit. Later when you leave, you take that handful of vials out of your pocket and look at them. You can still feel the core of anger, etc, etc. How many did I get actually? But yes, SNR doesn't owe me anymore. That's good. Vials away, living, etc. 3 vials. Oh. There we go. There we go. Right. Now, okay, you know what? Hold on. As a final bit, can I then... Oh, it's an here. What a stupid thing. Let's just do the 4 and 3, because even with a negative, get something. So do that one, and chances of positive. Good. So if that's done, can I now leave? Because that would be a good ending, I suppose. So there we go. That is all done. Morris is here. UK Moritz. What's that? Alright, yes. Was hoping Miss Cassetta would let me keep a warhead. Or what? What do you need it for? I don't know. This might be a cool thing to have around. A warhead. So hey, Sleeper, do you know Bliss was leaving? She's leaving, you say? Uh-huh. You didn't know? Not really. She said this place is mine. You'll do a great job. Hey, thanks. I appreciate saying that. Not many people believed in me first place than you. Hey, Sleeper, something Bliss said. Are you going to? I very well might, you know. So, Akita comes. Sleeper, you coming or what? Bliss is already on board. Sure. Look at Akita, she's keeping it together now. She's packed all those bad feelings down someplace where you'll never see them and built a tough foundation on top. Good. Well, I'll give you a minute. Cool. You look back at Morris and I am saying I am going, because right now, there's nothing left for me here. Cool, I get it. It's the right decision. Thank you. Hey, thank you. I learned a lot. Yes, so have I. Hey, look, you've got to find what you need. I did. Bliss, this place, you, this was everything I needed. I was in a bad place and this pulled me out. You go find it. Peter comes back. You coming then? I am coming. Well, okay then. Come on over with your things and get you settled. I'm sure Amber will be happy to have you. Both glide away from the Morris. He waves as we go. It helps you through the lock onto the Amber, and the sense of familiarity is indeed overwhelming. We have been here before. Gives me a minute. Look, Sleeper, I'm not gonna go back over everything that happened. I'm trying to put that behind me. Well, okay, you know what? I shall say that the past is done. Thank you. I don't know if I can begin again, but we can move on at least. As you move off down the corridor towards the birds, she tries again. I don't think it was that I thought the wrong things about who or what you are. I think I just didn't think. Of you, I mean. I didn't think that about how things might affect you. And I realized I've been like that for a long time. Focused, stubborn, willing to get the job done at any cost. This is hard for her, but you don't want to interrupt, and well, I'm sick of paying the cost. I'm sick of being used as an extension of something bigger, something crueler than me, and having that cruelty, that violence flow through me. I just want to be me for a while. Or at least figure out who that is. So what I'm saying is, if you can get off the first port we hit in the belt, I wouldn't blame you, it's a smart move. Or you can stick around and we'll see if we can find a way to make space for all of us. You know what, I'll think about it. So, this is you. She turns a small room with a bunk. Cool. Bliss is next door, though I think she's in the hole right now. She says she wants to make sure the doors are locked down all right. Cool. So she slips away, and you stay like that for a while, looking out of the portal. One hand on the wall, feet in the ship. It's through that portal that you will watch the eye getting smaller and smaller, drowning in the black. At some point, it will become so small that you could hold it in between your thumb and index finger, and then it will wink out and you won't be able to see it anymore. It is at this moment that you will finally exhale and collapse onto your bunk. In moments you will be asleep, and when you wake up it will be among friends, on your way to somewhere new. That is a proper ending. Thank you, game. Okay, so now we get this again. That was a bit weird. I think it wasn't that a bug before? That felt like a bug. Anyway, with that, we're done with Citizen Sleeper. I am happy to have played through this. There were a few things that were new, and again, it was like 4 years since I played it, so I forgot a whole lot about a lot of it. And yes, indeed, next week we're going to play something extremely different than this. Something that I've been looking forward to play, and actually I mentioned it on the channel before, so there is a hint for you. But you'll notice in the next week exactly what that is. For now though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.